Are we live? I think we're live. Let me have a look. Let me have a quick look. Yeah, we're live. Good. Hello, everyone. Hello. Okay, so I'm gonna... First off, I have a different setup than normal. First of all, that's because we're gonna be doing a just chatting stream. I'm not gonna be streaming any music. I'm not gonna be doing a DJ set. I'm gonna be talking today about a trip I did. So the last 2 weeks I've been gone. Wait, because I still have monitoring on, so I can hear myself, which is very annoying. Let me fix that real quick. There you go. So now I can just not hear myself. So I hope that's gonna sound... I'm not gonna know if it's gonna be too loud or anything. Just so let me know if there's any sound issues. Let me know. But today we're gonna be talking... Hey, Agatha! So I'm gonna be talking about the trip I did the last 2 weeks. I've been doing a trip to the Caucasus. So I've been going... and partially Central Asia. So I've been going to... Magic! Yo! So I've been going to Azerbaijan. I've been going to Kazakhstan, Georgia, and Armenia. And let me tell you, it's not the tourist destinations everyone goes to. I think only Georgia is like a real tourist destination. The other 3 is not really something that's on the bucket list of people. And let's say I've experienced quite a few things there, and it's kind of why I wanted to talk about it. First of all, a lot of people seem to be interested, and second of all, I just came back with so many stories. I was like, yeah, I kind of want to talk about it, and I felt like Twitch is the best place to do it, to kind of show what I saw and tell about it. So hope you guys gonna enjoy this. Yo, Patrick. So yeah, it's not gonna be the music that we're normally doing. No DJing, no producing, no nothing. It's just gonna be me talking and telling about the trip, what I saw, and what I experienced, and some thoughts. So Rubel, yeah, I saw. Nice. Hope you had a good time. Also gonna try to keep my chat on my phone. I'm gonna wait because Hout asked me to start a little bit later, because Hout said I wanted that's going on like, yeah, how's your leg doing? Also, what happened? See, I'm gonna wait until Hout and Svet are here, because they were super curious too. Yo, Rexco, thank you for the resub, 19 months. I know, not the typical place to have a resub, like no DJing, no, nothing, just me. Also, let me know if the audio is kind of good. I've decided to put my microphone here, so that the audio is a bit better. It's not far in the distance and catching the entire room. It's more catching my voice. So, also, I know it's going to look weird because I'm going to be looking at the screen, but I have to look here. So, if there's any issues, anything that's annoying, let me know, because it's a completely different setup and something very different than normal. I'll be switching around like this later on, like to the computer screen, but for now I think we're going to do this, so you don't have to look at my OBS settings. Just don't scream too much. Yeah, I noticed that when I start to talk, I kind of start on a high level, and the mic is not a big fan of that, so I hope that's not gonna sound too bad either. So yeah, let me know if there's any issues or anything that's annoying. Music is too loud or too soft, or my voice is too loud. That's gonna be an issue. That's gonna happen a lot. Then just let me know. So in the meanwhile, while we're waiting for everyone to join, there's no music? What? Wait. There's been music on the background the entire time. What? What about now? Is there music now? We can't hear the music. A bit. Yo, Aiden? Now, yes, okay, it was just too soft. I hope it's not too loud now, so let me know if that's the case. Just gonna put it down a little bit, just a little notch. Yo, Aiden, what's up? I'm gonna be telling about my trip, but you have a lot to tell too. How's Japan? Looks so sick, all the pictures you're sharing. I'm super jealous. I'm super jealous. Was about to sleep, saw your live, so just popped in to say hi. Thanks. Good to see you, Aiden. Been a while. Yo, Helter. Good to see you too. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm fucking jealous. Just seeing all these pictures of Japan is like, damn. So are you now living in Japan or just staying for a longer period? Ah. Nah, but Rexco, one thing. You know, even adding me to the alerts, I don't stream a lot. Actually, one thing about streaming, I'm gonna tell it now. So, maybe some people know, I used to go to Turkey a lot when I was younger. Basically every year. My mom has a house there. And I think we all read the news and know what happened there this morning. And some of the people I know, they have family in the region that is still missing. So I am thinking of doing something charity related to Turkey, because what's happening there is just insane. Seeing that it's a little bit personal to me too. I mean, I haven't been in that part. Turkey's very big. I've never been in that region. I don't know people there. But seeing I have some people that have family there. I know some people that have like family there. I'm thinking of trying to organize something like later this week, this month, to see if we can raise money, because I mean, the seeing what's going on there, it's, you know, it kind of reminds me of what happened there in 1930 something, I believe. There's like one of the biggest earthquakes in Turkish history, and this kind of got over that. Just seeing everything, just buildings just collapsing and people's houses being, like, lives being destroyed is just heartbreaking. So it feels kind of stupid not to do anything. So more to come on that later. Are there any mods that Agatha? You have your thank you. I don't know who was the mod now, but I hope it's Agatha that finally got the chance to ban somebody. Let me see what I missed, because I missed a lot of text. I was on the trampoline and it was 4 p.m. in the... Oh, I was 4 meters in the air and some kid ran under me. So I tried to avoid him and landed badly. Ended up breaking my toes. Oof. 10 to 13 weeks in the casts. Fuck. Get well soon, man. That's... I mean... Not gonna be soon. 7 to 11 months. Damn. Hopefully living, if the immigration lets me. Worst case scenario, my current student visa runs until April 20. Okay, that's decent. Also plenty of time to fix it. That's cool. Living in Kyoto, the best of the cities. Damn. Living the good life. Yo, Sveta? How'd you broke my heart? Munka S? Yeah, Patrick, you're coming for ASOT, right? Yo, Mata? Good seeing you, man. Let me turn down the volume. Are you hearing me adjusting the volume now? Because I'm using it for my own monitoring. I don't know if it's making a difference in the stream. Yeah, the amount of tourists, I can't imagine. Fuck. Okay, let me start actually setting up everything for the actual sharing the trip. So here you go. We're gonna go to the OBS. There you go. So I have a little program that I use when I travel, and it kind of registers where I go, and I just put like spins and stuff down. And I thought for this it would be kind of good to use that to kind of remind me of what happened and where I've been. If there's any questions or anything, let me know. Yeah, Brandon, happy birthday. But yeah, there's I'm gonna stay in advance. I'm gonna miss out on a lot. A lot happened during these past 2 weeks, and almost 3 weeks actually, because I was gone for like more than 2 weeks. So I'm gonna forget a lot. So apologize for that in advance. Also, it's gonna be a lot of me talking, and I'm probably gonna forget to read the chat. So sorry for that in advance as well. So let me start. This is not important. Schiphol, Frankfurt, not important. This is just the way I traveled. This is where it kind of starts. So, when I arrived in Baku, let me tell you something. So, I was mentioning earlier that I kind of... Yo, Puli, thank you for the resub. 11 months. So, I was sharing earlier about Turkey, and that I used to go to Turkey a lot when I was younger. Azerbaijan, like, as soon as I arrived here, I got Turkey vibes. From the language that they speak, it's like almost so identical to Turkish. It felt really weird, like really, really weird. It even like for instance, now you see the Azeri flag here, but almost everywhere you would see the Turkish flag hanging right next to the Azeri flag, which was super odd. Don't ask me why this is the case, but they had the Turkish flag everywhere. But if I would talk Turkish to them, because I know a little bit küçük biraz of Türkçe, so not a lot, but just to get my way around, right? So if I would tell some stuff in Turkish, some people would be super happy, because they'd prefer that over English. But some people would be like, we don't speak Turkish, we're Azeri. And I would notice it, that if I would say something in Turkish... So, actually, when we checked into the hotel, somebody told me... he says, like, if you speak Turkish to us, we understand you 100%. But if we talk back to you, you won't understand the thing. And this is true. This is absolutely true. And let me tell you why. So, Azerbaijan is kind of a mixture of languages. So, they have Turkish... But they also have Russian words and they have Persian words. So it's not a unique language. You know, it's not a, like French or English. It's a language that is like on its own. It's a language combined of several languages. If you speak these 3 languages, you speak Azeri as well. Which is very weird. There's ads. Also, days! What the fuck? Yo, Aiden, thank you for joining. It was good seeing you. Sleep tight. And enjoy Japan. Share more Japan content, because I love it. But yeah, so it was very odd to, because so they would understand everything I would say in Turkish, but not the other way around. But there's a reason I'm sticking here around the airport. Let me tell you, straight from the airport, the adventure began. So we ordered a cab from the airport to the city center. So this part. Not too big, not too... you wouldn't think anything interesting of it. But what happened? We ordered a cab. And straight away I got a call from the cab driver. Saying we should hurry because there's police. And this was already like... what the fuck? So we ordered a cab. A taxi, not the cab emote. But yeah, there's police and we should hurry. And Luke is the person I was traveling with. He's a friend of mine. I should explain that before I start continuing, because I'm gonna mention him a lot. But Luke is the one who I'm traveling with, and we did this traveling together. He speaks a little bit of Russian, so he will come back throughout the trip, because especially in Kazakhstan, where Russian is like the #1 language, I was dependent on him basically. But we walked to the cab, we found the guy, and we put our suitcases in, we opened the doors, and there's another guy sitting there, like on the second passenger seat, right? We get into the cab, and the first thing we notice is, and this would be a reoccurring theme throughout the entire trip, there were no seatbelts, like none. So we were already like, oh fuck. So this guy starts driving like a maniac, and he didn't speak English, he didn't speak Russian, he only spoke Azeri. So I tried to kind of communicate with him in Turkish as much as I can. So the guy started to talk about service costs. So he wasn't happy with what was on the app. He wanted service costs. And of course, we came straight running out of the airport. I didn't went to an ATM or anything. I did not have any cash. So I was like, param yok, I don't have money. Cash yok, no cash. And he was like, problem yok, no problem. And he just stops in the middle of nowhere, right next to an ATM. And he's like, you can pin over there. And I'm like, no. Hiya? No? And he just insisted, like, you're in my cab, you have to pay for the service costs. And he was like, Yermi manat. Manat is the money that they use in Azerbaijan. Yermi is 20. So I was already like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna pay Yermi manat. It's not, because I believe the taxi was like 5 manat. So he was asking 4 times the amount of the actual cab, right? So he was like, Yermi manat. And I'm like, no. And I started to kind of negotiate with him. And I was like, okay, what about on manat? 10 manat. And he was like, okay. So I went to the ATM. I put my card in. I get 10 manat out. I give him 10 manat. And he's like, 2. And he points to me and Luke. And he's like, 2 on manat. So he wanted suddenly the 20 anyway. And I was like, no. I'm not gonna do that. Like, we discussed this. And he just walks to the car and he goes in. And Luke is like panically grabbing me. He's like, just get it. Just get the money out. Because he's gonna drive off with our bags. So decided to do it anyway. Gave him the on manat extra. So gave him 20 manat in total. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but the whole situation was just kind of fucked. And he just, again, started driving like a maniac. Started pulling up a cigarette, you know. And we are kind of like, fuck, where did we arrive? What, you know? Can we go back home? Oh, language munka is. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be swearing a lot. Just warning in advance. So, yeah, he started driving like a maniac, and he just dropped us, like, not where our hotel was, because we were in the old city center. Let me show you here. We were kind of staying in the old city center, which is car-free. It's this little piece of strip, basically, and he was like, I'm just gonna stop here, and he just stopped, and he didn't say anything. He was like, looking at us like, are you gonna go out? So we went out, we grabbed the bags, didn't say anything, just walked away. Well, this is where our Baku trip started. We had issues finding the hotel, but eventually we found it, not a big problem. Baku, it's an interesting city. It's a very interesting city, because it's got the old town. I hate that it zooms out when I'm scrolling. It's a very interesting. So it's got the little super small old town, which is basically a maze. Like, even if you think like, oh, I have Google Maps, I'm gonna find a way. You're not gonna find a way. It's a maze. It's like hill up, hill down, hill up, hill down. It's crazy. Also, sorry if I'm not reading chat. Let me see if I miss anything. So how much is 1 Azerbaijan money euro? Yeah, it's basically like 55 cents. So I think it's like, if you pay 10 manat, you're paying 5 euros, basically. If I recall correctly. One thing, I don't remember any of the conversion rates, because we had so many of them, it's just all went by. Chat that. Is chat that? Nah, chat's not that. Chat's kinda okay. Chat's listening. But, yeah, we only had like 1 day. We had 24 hours to explore the city. And to be honest, felt kind of enough. Baku is a very weird place, as in that it has the old town. But around it, it's basically renovated old Russian Soviet buildings, combined with kind of Dubai style buildings, which is very who's been away too long? I don't know who. Nothing interesting. Am I missing something? If I need to wait for somebody, just let me know. You? Have I been away for too long? Or my streams? I think you're talking about my streams, right? Anyway, let me just... let me continue. You've been waiting... Yeah, oh. True. I think your girlfriend will fill you in, Lamau. Okay. Would you like to come back some of the countries? Yes, 100%, definitely. Some places no, some places yes. I will come back later. I'm gonna try to do it country by country, just to kind of keep the storyline going. Because I know I'm gonna forget if I don't do that. But yeah, Baku was we also came at a very weird timing. Apparently they were remembering a massacre that happened there. So I believe in 1993, there was a protest in Baku, and the Soviets tried to kind of repress it, and they killed a lot of Azeris in that. So when we were there, we had no clue. There was kind of the Remembrance Day for it, so the flag was half pole and stuff. But also around 12, which was very surreal. Everyone started honking their cars. Don't ask me why exactly at 12, but everyone, the whole city was honking their cars, which is very, very weird. But yeah, it's a very weird city, like this sort of stuff. It's very kind of Dubai-ish. I'm gonna tell something else different about this place. But at the same time, kind of this sort of stuff. Which is very... Here you can see the flag was half pole. Very surreal kind of place. It really was a mixture of a lot of different areas. Which was super cool, to be honest. I love Aku. yeah. Same, I love Aku too. But yeah, very, very, very interesting place. And I would love to be back here. But let me tell you something that happened here. Luke and I were walking here. This is like a kind of museum for architecture, so to say. For some people from Amsterdam might recognize the kind of shape of the building and be like, hey, that looks familiar. Because this is done by the same architect who did the Eye Museum in Amsterdam. So it's very similar to that. And I believe this whole building is kind of dedicated to his style. So we were walking there, and a woman came to us, and she was like, do you want to take a picture of us? And we were like, sure. Tell about the ad you took part in. Here, I already started it, Agata. So they were like, do you want to take a picture of us? And we were like, sure. But she only spoke Russian, so she was speaking with Luke. And Luke has the tendency, and this is gonna come by a lot during this trip, Luke has the tendency to not be serious and tell bullshit. Because he loves to see reactions of people. So what happened was, she asked, I was wearing my UEFA bag. So, for those who don't know, I used to be a volunteer for, UEFA, Euro 2020. And I got this kind of big bag, which I love for traveling, because I can fit everything in. But it says huge UEFA volunteer, blah, blah, blah. So I had this bag, and she was kind of interested in it. So she was asking Luke, what's this guy's job? Why does he have this bag? And Luke was like, oh, he's a player for Spartak Moscow. And her face just started glowing. Like she had seen like the light, right? And she was like, oh, really? And then she started explaining that they were filming something and that they want me to be part of the film. And this is the moment that Luke kind of realized he fucked up, and he was like, no, he's not a player for Spartak Moscow. He's just working for UEFA. It was too late. So they were like, you have to be part of the video. So I have it right here. They recorded a video, which I am part of. So I'm just gonna shut the music down. And we did a recording, which was the most cringy thing. I'm just gonna play the video and I'll tell you more about it later. Yeah, this is propaganda, by the way. Just want to stay that out. Don't ask me what the story is. It's very cringy. It's very bad. I can't believe this has actually been on state television, and this is no joke. This woman was apparently from the fucking state television. Future Oscar winner, yeah, definitely. I will share this link in Discord, by the way. Don't ask me what this means. I have no idea. I have no idea. Loud, sorry. Sorry. I hope this sound is not copyrighted, by the way. This song. Sport and Akku, yeah. Same, my Jack. Same. And here we go. Fuck my life. Did the girls beat you up? To be honest, that would have been better. Here you go. So, I'm gonna pause it here. This was the first shot that we did. I'm gonna tell about it later more, but you can see Luke is standing here, I'm standing here. This was the most cringy thing that we had to do. I'm just gonna play it and I'm gonna tell what happened. Something. Probably very interesting something by some guy. Thanks for the resub days. So yeah, actually it's a good moment to stop. This is the woman that asked to do it. Apparently she's a presentator for national state television. So she started following me on Instagram. Howard, thank you for the resub, 12 months. Dave, thank you for the resub as well. Fuck my life. So, she is apparently working for fucking state television. So, yeah. Let me put the music back on. If the music wants to work. There you go. There you go, much better. So, the recording started with this scene. So we walked and they were like, can you please be part of our shot? And it was kind of like, you can't say no, right? Everything, you have to remember, everything here, this woman only spoke Russian and Azeri. So everything went in Russian through Luke. Luke had to tell everything that I had to do and we had to do together. And his Russian is okay, but it's not 10 out of 10. So there would be a lot of moments he wouldn't understand what was being said, right? Luke the Latvian. Yo, EU? Exactly. So, with his broken Russian, he understood with this scene. So every time we would do a scene, they would change what they wanted to do all the time. So they would be like, okay, now you have to stand here, you have to put your hands together and put it up. So, and at some point it was like 2 hands, and that's why you see Luke putting like his, where is it? Let me just do it without sound. He's putting his second hand down here. Here. So, because they wanted to do 2 hands first, they just kept on changing their mind. Like 1 hand, 2 hands, 1 hand, 2 hand. So Luke at some point, he was like, I'm just gonna do 2 hands. And apparently that shot made it. So this is what they started with. And then they wanted a scene together with this guy, this little boy. Apparently this little boy is famous on Azeri television too, because he started following me on Instagram. He has like a few thousand followers. So this is still like just weird to think. So let me tell you what happened here. They wanted me to walk here and sit next to the guy, but they were very specifically saying, put the bag down, because we want to film the logo. It was more about the logo than about me, right? So, they were just instructing, like, oh, you should talk to him. You should introduce yourself to him. And at some point, I was like, because the guy, the little one, he spoke a little bit of English. So I decided, like, fuck it, I'm not gonna listen to them all. I'm just gonna, and I'm happy I did that, because it actually works out in the video kind of well. I decided to just talk to him and be like, hey, how old are you? Where did you learn English? How are you? What's your name? And you can see it actually, like, kind of, I'm not going to play the talk. Well, I'm going to play. You can see that he started to talk, and he felt more comfortable with it, and I'm super happy it went out that way. But then at the end, they were like, oh, you should hug him. And again, they were saying it in Russian to Luke. Luke had to translate it to me. He had no idea that we were supposed to hug. So when I tried to hug him, it looks very awkward, because he does not know what to do. And then he just starts hugging. But this whole thing was just cringe. It was absolute cringe. It's still funny, but it's cringy as fuck. Anyway, that was the Baku story. I'm part of a... Because apparently we decided to look up what it was for. So the 2nd of February is Kids Day in Azerbaijan. So they were doing it for Kids Day, and they were supposedly presenting it to the president. So this last sentence is actually by the president of Azerbaijan. So yeah, fuck my life. So apparently the president of Azerbaijan thinks that a player of Spartak Moscow visited Baku. So yeah, fuck my life. But yeah, good way to start the trip. So yeah, we had 24 hours in Baku. After that, we went to Kazakhstan, right? So we took a flight from Baku, Azerbaijan to Aktau. Aktau is basically one of the most western, Kazakhstan, Kazakh cities. And because of that, it's most reachable, because, you know, the rest, basically main Azerbaijan is all in the east. So small aircraft have an issue reaching there. So the best way to go into Kazakhstan is enter through this place, and from here fly on to the east, right? So that's what we did. We flew into Aktau. I kid you not, we had border check. I've never had such a strict border check. So when I presented my passport, they were like, what's your purpose here? And when I said, I'm tourism, they were like, tourism? Why? So, apparently it's not common to have tourists in Kazakhstan. They had no clue why I would want to visit this place. So, it was like, oh, it's on the Silk Road, interesting. And they were like, why? So, after my passport going back and forth between a couple of offices, I got the stamp and they let me in. Aktau, as soon as we left how dare you visit us, exactly. What? You're visiting Kazakhstan? What? How dare you? How dare you come here? You're a tourist in Kazakhstan? What the fuck? Are you insane? But we came out of the arrivals, and I kid you not, there were 30 people jumping on us, going taxi, 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 and we were like, okay, I'm gonna not do this, because again, I don't have cash money. I don't want to go to an ATM. I just want to do it through Bolt or Uber or whatever. And just get it done like that, right? So we tried to get away of all these people, and we were like, no, niet, spasibo, no, thank you. They would keep on following us, and I kid you not, at some point I was like, Luke, we're gonna go to the toilet, and I'm gonna order a cab in the toilet. They were waiting for us outside of the toilet, and we were like, okay, fuck. So in the toilet, I booked a cab. We went out, and they were like, cab, and we were like, no cab. And the crazy thing is, like, security was just walking by, and we were like looking at security like, help, and they were like, no, they just walked on. So, that's why they didn't want to let you in to protect you. Yeah. Fuck my life. This was crazy, but this was the only airport in Kazakhstan. Besides this, it was kind of easy going. Just in Aktau, it was just a mess when it came to this. So we ordered a cab. The cab was there. We went in, just drove off, no problem. But yeah, we just had an issue, like, getting rid of these guys that wanted to offer us a cab. So Aktau, we stayed in the Aktau hotel, which was kind of nice. I don't know if I have a picture of it. The city itself wasn't that interesting. We only stayed for a couple of hours, because we would fly off a bit later. But we had some night rest. The hotel stuff was super nice. The hotel was super nice in general. I'm kind of sad we didn't stay longer, because the hotel was just... It didn't cost anything, and it was super good. Like, super good. But, the cab adventure. Let me tell you, there's a reoccurring theme during this trip, and that is every taxi driver, every taxi is going to be your problem. With a few exceptions here and there. But we ordered a taxi from the hotel to the airport. And we got this guy. And, kind of friendly guy, not speaking English, of course, but he was kind of friendly. But like I said, there's no seatbelts, right? Also with the other taxi, there was no seatbelts. So we already accepted there's not going to be any seatbelts. But he started driving like crazy, right? Like, and this is just in general. In Kazakhstan, driving is crazy. They do not leave space for each other, right? It's like every centimeter is taken by a car. So it feels super dangerous. Because when a taxi stops, you know, you can just smash right into it, right? So in general, it felt very unsafe and not too nice. But we were like, it's just how it's done here. Not gonna think too much of it. Until... So this guy... there was a guy, like, the situation I mentioned is what happened. We had a guy... like, having to do an emergency brake right in front of us. And this guy was behind it. So this guy steers extremely to the right. Because he can't stop in time without smashing. So he steers to the right and he kind of goes into the ditch. Like, on the side of the road, right? And we were really like, oh fuck. But not a problem. We made it. But then he tried to go back on the road. And like I said, they don't leave any centimeter of space. So there was not a single car giving him space to come back on the road. So he was, at some point, forcing himself on the road. And this is where it went wrong. So what happened is he kind of put his car in front of another car. The other car had to go to the left and started honking like crazy and kind of went around him. And he managed to get on the road. It would have been good if the guy left it at that, but he didn't. So instead, he wanted to explain to the guy in front why he did it. So he decided, you have to imagine, this is just like one lane, right? So there's not two lanes, there's one lane. The other lane is the opposite direction. He decided to go on the other lane with traffic still coming from the other way to go stand next to this guy and explain why he did this. And this guy was already looking at him like, what the fuck are you doing? And we were also like, what the fuck are you doing? Because he was just standing in the middle of the opposite traffic. And thank God we weren't the only one thinking that, because a police car came by and they were thinking the exact same thing. So the police got the guy on the side of the road and it was finished for him basically. So he went into the cop car. We were in his car for a couple of minutes and we were like, okay, how are we gonna get to the airport? But the guy was super friendly. He came out of the cop car. He explained like, oh, me arrested. So, he gave back some cash for the next cab. And we were like, okay, we don't have a SIM card. We are kind of stuck to Wi-Fi. We won't be able to book a next taxi. And he was like, oh, I'll open the hotspot. So he opened the hotspot for his. We managed to book a new taxi driver. And we went to the airport anyway. But, why is Ross keep talking about? DW's, it's so good. Yeah. I mean, he got what the fuck did I want to say? Arrested. He got arrested. But yeah, this was kind of like, what the fuck did we get into again, you know? But we went to the airport. It was all fine. Not a problem. Correct. Yeah. Fuck my life. Oops. I didn't want to say that. Nah, he got arrested. We got a new taxi driver. We went to the airport. Not a problem. So from here on, we flew to Astana. I kid you not. We flew Air Astana. This is legit the best airline I've been on. The service was great. Like all the staff spoke super well English. And for like a couple of hour flight, like medium haul, we had in-flight entertainment. We got super nice food. And this would be a recurring theme with them. Every flight we would be on, we would do a total of 3 flights with them. Would be like such a pleasure to fly on. So yeah, Air Astana is like kind of a special place in my heart now, because just they take so good care of the passengers and no issues. So yeah, can recommend if you're ever flying to this region, fly Air Astana. So Astana. For those who don't know, Astana is... Ross lost A in Astana is stressed. Is it? Astana. Right? I'm saying it properly, right? So Astana is kind of a weird place. So it's only recently become the capital. I mean, recently, I think 2000 something. So this whole city is new. It did not exist until basically 25 years ago, right? So everything here is kind of built to show off. And you would feel it like that. So this is kind of the symbol of the city, the Bayraktar. So they have this kind of, let's say, boulevard with this statue in the middle. On the opposite side, the house of the president. And on the other side, like a huge shopping mall. And it was very science fiction surreal. But which was kind of interesting. So they built this city because they want to go away from the Soviet times, right? They want to create their own identity and be kind of different. To be honest, it felt like I arrived in like a Soviet dream. Like every governmental building was just like a Soviet palace, right? So it was very interesting to see that they tried to get away with this so badly. But meanwhile, they are just building the exact same thing. And, yo, Natalia? So it was super interesting. Fun fact, yeah, Astana was renamed to Nur Sultan in 2019 and then back to Astana last year. So when we booked our flights, it was still Nur Sultan. But I think a week or 2 weeks later, they switched it back to Astana because of protests. Nur Sultan is the name of the first president, by the way. So... yeah, they named it after the president. So in this tower, actually, there is you'd imagine a viewing platform. There is, but not really nice to see through. But there is one thing. They have a place where they put the hand of the president. So Nazarbayev Nur Sultan, the first president of Kazakhstan, they put his hand there. And I kid you not, there is such a long line. Nobody is enjoying the views around. Everyone wants to put their hand inside that hand. Don't ask me why, but very surreal to see. So yeah, this is on the opposite side. They made this very huge tent. Like kind of yurt style, which is very typical for the Mongolian Kazakhstan area. And it's basically a big shopping mall, but with a swimming pool, saunas, cinemas. Very crazy to see. So, yeah, there's an opera house standing right next to it. But this is it. It's basically a big shopping mall, which is very crazy to think. But you have to imagine, when we were there, it was minus 16, so it was super cold. But when the sun went down, it went to minus 20, minus 25, and we started to feel it. So we decided to spend the last few hours here in this tent. I'm gonna show something. I'm just gonna go back to the screen for when I look it up. So I was texting Agata when I was here. And Agata is a pro in finding webcams. So she found out that there was a webcam. Let's see. Cuties! SMH out. But she found a webcam. So she recorded me and Luke waving to her. Let me see if I can find it. I'll have to screw through some Google Photos. Baku, Aktau. There you go. I think I have it here. Here you go. Let's see if I can open it. My internet is not that quick because I'm streaming. My computer does not like that. Here you go. Let's go back to the screen. Here we go. So you see Luke standing here and me here. So first we were kind of waving. Yeah, I got that posted in Discord, correct. So we were kind of waving and Luke was like, we shouldn't be waving, we should be throwing something. So he kind of grabbed my hat and he was throwing it. So we decided to kind of throw my hat around. Which is, I mean, kind of stupid. People looked at us like, what are these touristic idiots doing here? Go back to your own country. But, yeah. Dinner time for me. See you in a bit. See you days. Thank you for joining. That was a lot of Ross. A lot of Ross? Oh yeah, and the OBS. Yeah. But yeah, it was kind of fun. So yeah, we only had a couple of hours in Astana. Nothing interesting happened. The only thing that happened, again, taxi driver. So, I mean, maybe culture. Maybe something that is typical here. But we had a taxi driver from the airport to Astana. And this guy, I kid you not, he was going like 200 at some point. But allowed, right? He was on a highway. It was allowed to be going 200. But he was watching TikTok videos at the same time. So Luke and I were kind of looking at each other like, what the fuck? Astana. I know. How do you want me to pronounce it, EU? But yeah, he was watching TikTok videos. And we were kind of like, he's going 200 and watching TikTok? Yikes. But it went all fine. He dropped us. Again, no seatbelts, of course. So, and again, this is something we already took for granted at this point. There were no seatbelts. Also, something that's interesting about this region, in Kazakhstan, but also in Georgia and Armenia, there's so many imported cars. So, for instance, you would see a truck drive by, and it would be in Dutch. It would just say, like, goederen. Or, groenteboer. Something like this. And it would be so odd to see. And we'd be like, what the fuck? And also German and other languages. Imported. But it was so odd to see. Because we were like, everything was in Cyrillic. And then out of nowhere, you would just see Dutch. And this was just so mind-blowing. Especially in Armenia, we saw it a lot. There was so many. But also, like, drivers that would sit on the opposite side. And they would have, like, a Japanese car. And their whole interface would be Japanese. And they would not be speaking any other language than Armenian, Kazakh, whatever. But they would have an interface in Japanese. It's like, what the fuck, you know? So, yeah, it was interesting. Let's keep it at that. So, yeah, we went from Astana to Almaty. And Almaty is kind of the old capital. But we would be staying here the longest, right? We stayed here for, I think, 5 days. If I'm correct. F-word Monka S. Sorry. I'll be doing it a lot more often. This city, super pretty, but super sad at the same time. Let me tell you why. First of all, it's covered in smog. Always. We would look up, there's actually like an alert. They recommend you to wear a face mask here. And not because of COVID, but because of the smog. Because it's so dangerous for your lungs, they recommend you to wear a face mask at all times. Which was kind of not something we would expect. But you would have it, even if we would leave the hotel. We were staying in Hotel Almaty, which is kind of the symbol of the city. I don't know if I have a picture of it here. Let me find one. Let me just go back here. Let me find... I have some pictures of it. So we were staying in Hotel Kazakhstan. Here you go. So this is the place. It's very impressive. The highest tower in the city. It wasn't that expensive. Not as expensive as it looks. Best hotel we stayed at this trip, by the way. Super nice. But yeah, as soon as we would walk out, there would be smog everywhere and be coughing our asses off. Only exception early in the morning, when there's basically no smog. But as time goes by, the smog would go back. And you would see it too. Like, you can even see it a little bit here that... I don't know why I can't zoom in. Let me see if I missed something in chat, by the way. I don't think I did. No, okay. So, yeah, because of the smog. Because, for instance, you can see here on the edge, there's mountains. And this was crazy about the whole place. Let me show you on the map. This whole mountain range kind of splits Kazakhstan with Kyrgyzstan. But these mountains are huge. Like, absolutely huge. So, it was super pretty to see in the morning, but during the afternoon, the smog would kind of take over and you wouldn't be able to see it, right? City itself, old, lots of Soviet stuff, lots of straight boulevards. Kind of what you expect of a city like this. As you can see, it's all squares, blocks. Wasn't that much of a problem. It was very walkable, and we kind of enjoyed our stay a lot here, to be honest. Because everything was very friendly, and everyone was in general super kind, super interested in us as well. Because they were like, what? Tourists? Tourists? But the first night we went somewhere. I don't know if I posted a picture of it here. No. Spoilers for what's coming up next. Let me share you. So there's an interesting place here, right? Yeah, here you go. So the first night we went here. So there's this chain of cafes, coffee houses, coffee shops. It feels weird to say coffee shop with the context, because they're Dutch. Maybe I have pictures of it? Yeah. Here. Vrolijk Kerstmis en een gelukkig nieuwjaar. It was standing there in Dutch. So it's called Bowler's Coffee, right? It's a place opened by a duchy. So when Kazakhstan got its independence, this duchy went to Kazakhstan. And for business related stuff, don't ask me the entire story. But he opened a kind of coffee houses all across Almaty. Where you could just get coffee and get stroopwafels. Which was very surreal. Like, we were in the middle Central Asia. And they would have stroopwafels. And yeah, too soon. This is a theme, by the way. Everywhere in this region, they would still be playing Christmas music. At the end of January. And we would be like, Monka S, what the fuck? But this would be a recurring theme. But yeah, also still Vrolijk Kerstmis. SMH, guys, too soon. There are 1 month short days. What? Oh, ago. That's why Bot is confused. So yeah, the second day we went to Shimbulak. This place, like, you can just take a bus into the mountains. Super interesting. First of all, because high, beautiful mountains. But there's a place which is kind of famous. It's called Medeu. Let me see. It's this place. So this is the highest ice skating ring in the world. So it's in between the mountains, squeezed in between the mountains. Do I have more pictures of it here on Polar Steps? No, let me check Google Photos. Let me just do this again. This place is the highest sitting ice skating ring in the world. And there's something special about it. I think back in the last century, right? A lot of world records were set here. Let me go back to the screen. A lot of world records were set here Because it's high up in the mountains, and apparently because of that there's a circulating wind. So if you're ice skating, there's always wind in your back. So a lot of world records were set here until they found out about the circulating winds. And since then, basically the international community has been pushing to like build a roof here, which Kazakhstan been like, nope, we're not gonna do that. So it's still open. We did 2 days of ice skating here. The ice ring is fantastic. But if you want to rent ice skates here, it's awful. They're super cheap. They're like €3, right? They don't have my size. But I got somewhere close. I think I got 44 and it still kind of fit. But the skates. So normally they're like this, right? Straight. On the lower end, straight. They weren't. They were like this. So if you would stand straight, your feet would go like this. So it was very, very confusing to ride. But it's plastic. He won't get it. Why am I trying? What is plastic? I'm curious, because maybe... Anyway, like the ice skates would be like super odd, and it was very hard to ice skate on. And I almost fell a couple of times. But it was still kind of like mind-blowing to ice skate here and just see all the mountains around me. So, but yeah, there's also, it was skiing season, so a lot of people went up to snowboard and ski. But it's basically no money to take the ski lift, so we were like, fuck it, we're doing it, and worth it. The views were amazing. Let me see if I can do this without sound, because I bet the sound on here is like, there you go. So this was like the peak, the highest we could go to. Insane, so beautiful. Like, I knew that they had mountains, but I didn't expect the mountains to be this pretty. So, loved it a lot. And it basically doesn't cost anything to go up there. So, and would love to be back in summer. Also, super nice weather too. And it wasn't that cold at all. We were up there and it was not cold at all. I mean, it was cold. It was minus 15. But we didn't feel it. So yeah, this is something else. But let me tell a little bit more about Almaty. So I think this is already our last day when we do Koktobé. Yeah. So we decided to do something else. Shimalol blub. Blub. Hello. But this is the kind of first time that I started to be kind of shocked at how stuff was in this country. Or just in the region in general. So, Luke and I, we were we wanted to try... Sorry, Meep. Okay, hello. So we tried to... we wanted to kind of experience a Kazakh train. Because when we planned this trip, we wanted to do a train through the country. But with, like, flights that were cancelled, and we kind of rebooked, and we decided, I haven't seen you for 12 years? What are you? Thanks for joining though. We decided to basically go, like, you know, because we were planning to take night trains and basically travel the country. This plan fell through, but we kind of still wanted to experience how it's like to be on a Kazakh train, right? So Luke came with the fantastic idea, right? So let me tell you something about former Soviet cities, right? Since Alta, no, Tomokon? What's your name? Because I'm curious. Yeah, night trains, poggers. That's what we were thinking too. We wanted to do night trains, right? So, in kind of the communist-built cities, you have two kind of styles of different stations in the city. Either you have a station dedicated to the direction. So, for instance, in Moscow, you have St. Petersburg, Leningrad, Vokzal, right? Or you have, what else? Kazan, Vokzal. these kind of trains. Like, the stations kind of show the direction where the trains are going. The other option they have is just numbering them. So in Almaty, you have Almaty 1 and you have Almaty 2. So Luke had the fantastic idea to take a train from Almaty 2 to Almaty 1. So, I have a profile picture on Twitch. I'll check later, because this is my chat right now. So, no option for me to check. Basically, we had so we wanted to book a train and see, what a train is like, right? They loved it when we went to the station and we were like, Пожалуйста, Almaty Aden. They were like, what the fuck? Yeah, light mode, I know. They were like, what the fuck? But they loved the idea. But they were saying, like, the next train goes in, like, 2.5 hours. And it would be dark. We wouldn't be able to see the city. So we decided to have a walk around. So, basically, this is, like, a normal part of the city. Which we had seen before. But we decided to kind of cross the station. Because there's, like, this bridge, right? You can see here. We would go up the bridge and go to the other side. And kind of just take pictures, see the trains, see what they're like. But the moment we crossed the bridge, we came into this neighborhood. This was basically one big slum. And I don't know, this was kind of, for me, the first kind of confrontation that this place is, like, not that wealthy. And, I mean, it's kind of obvious, right? But you saw kind of, like, the roads weren't roads, right? It was dirt with snow. And I gotta go. Thank you for joining. I still don't know who you are, but good seeing you again. Oh, Jamiro! Yo! Long time no see, man! Yo! Good seeing you! Damn, how you doing? I mean, you're going now. But, let's keep in touch. Been a while. Damn! Yeah, it's been 12 years. Damn! Good seeing you, man. Let's keep in touch. I think I still have you on Snapchat. Let me send you a couple of messages later on after the stream. It's been too long. Yeah, it has been. Yeah, last time has to be Tomocon. Yeah, me in Discord. Yeah, send me a message. Or I'll send you a message after stream. Let's stay in touch. Yeah, I will. It's been too long, man. Damn, thanks for joining. Thanks for showing up. Been a while. Yeah, bye. See ya. I'll text you. Good seeing you, man. So yeah, let me continue where we left. So there was this kind of these kind of slums and high pitched Ross. Yeah, you know I'm happy when I'm high pitched. But this was kind of the biggest, like, there was like old ladies like walking the street. They couldn't walk. Like cars all broken down and like all kinds of trash on the street. And this was kind of like first shocking part of the trip, I'd say. And believe me, there would be more. But this was the first time I was kind of like, damn, like this is not a, especially because we had seen Astana before with the big buildings. And then suddenly we arrived here and it's just kind of poverty. And it's just only train tracks that's in between, right? There's like the normal city and the poverty. And this was kind of like a shock to us, right? So yeah, this is like the first part of the trip that we were like, damn, this is not, not too nice to see. And I mean, it's there, but it's different until you see it, right? It's the moment you see it and you experience it, it's kind of, it's just shocking. It hits you. So super sad to see how the people live there and just how close it is to just kind of, I wouldn't say the wealthy part, because Almaty is not a wealthy city like Astana is, but people living normal lives, just a city. And then you have, I mean, there's still smog and stuff, but just the poverty starting just across the train tracks. It's like, and trash everywhere, nobody giving a shit about how the place is like maintained and how the living standards are. It's kind of sad to see, Anyway, so we walked back to the city and we went to Koktobe. So right behind our hotel, there was a cable car, which went to kind of Soviet amusement park, so to say. This was super cool. So it went all over the city. So it was basically from here to... So our hotel was right here. It went from here straight up to this hill, which is the kind of amusement park, which is called Koktobe. It's very, very... It doesn't cost anything. I mean, it costs like 2 euros, 3 euros. It's no money at all. And it's super cool. Super cool experience to do. Here, I have a video of it. Kind of sped up. It was very, very, very cool to do. Because you would be looking down and you see the houses and just cars driving by and... Oh shit, it's fast. Yeah, going 100 kilometers an hour. Nah, it just sped up. Yeah, you see how fast the cars are going here. Like, insane. Wow. Nah, but it was super cool experience. And yeah, you can see the start. So there's this, and I was too pussy to do it. There's this like kind of slide you can do here. But it's going super fast. I was like, nah, especially because it was super cold. It's like, nah, I don't have the balls to do that. Also, it didn't look like it was maintained for a lot of years. So I was like, if I want to die, I'm not going to die like this, you know. But yeah, also the view from up here was like, especially because we went during sunset. So we had this kind of tourist office we went to, like at the first day. And this girl kind of advised us to go during sunset. So we did. And it was the best advice that we got, because it was super pretty. Last time we took it in Poland a few years ago. The cable car. Also with the little lit up cable cars. Also you can see the hotel we're staying in here. Peeking all over the city. So yeah, this was nice. We went to... I think the next morning... No, the next evening we took a flight out, you know, from Almaty airport. For how big the city was, this airport was cramped. There was like one Starbucks and that was it. That was it. So, not a lot to do here. Just plane spotting was kind of hard too. But yeah, it was super weird. That's why I took a picture of the sign. To see stuff like Moscow on the signs, because it's been a while that I've seen that on the sign. But yeah, our flight was... So we took this flight out to Tbilisi. It was filled with Russians. Like, we had, from the front to the back in line, we only saw like Russian passports. And it was very weird to see. I'm gonna talk a little bit about politics here. So... We were standing in the bus when we landed. So we landed in Tbilisi and we were in the bus to the airport terminal. And we had this guy opening his phone. So he already had a bag with big letters saying Russia, right? And it's like, don't care, don't bother. But he opened his phone. I'm gonna come back to another part because it's reminding me of something. So he opened his phone. And he had like a big Z on it with a big Russian flag. And I looked at it and I was looking at Luke like, fuck, okay, this is where we are right now, you know? Like, we're gonna be seeing this kind of shit from now on, you know? And I'm surprised we didn't see anything of it in Kazakhstan. Because to be honest, Kazakhstan, I figured there would be a lot of Russians there with the Zs and everything. But it wasn't the case. Like, this was the first real Z that we saw, right? And it was from the bus, like from the aircraft in the bus to the terminal, right? But let me go back a little bit earlier. So on Frankfurt Airport, we were waiting for a flight to Baku. There were a couple of Ukrainians sitting behind us. No big deal, you know, just some Ukrainians. But apparently one guy decided that it was a big deal, because he went to them and he was like, Ukraine, and they were like, tak. And he went, I don't know if I should say this on stream, but let's say he said in Russian, long live Russia, right? And these Ukrainians stayed calm. Like, very calm, right? They did not give a fuck. They went on their phone. They were ignoring him. And this guy was pushing, like, you know? He kept on talking about Russia and how fucked Ukraine was. And you could see that these Ukrainians did not want to bother with this guy. They were on their phone. They did not give a shit. They did not want to bother. So I was kind of looking at Luke. And we were kind of like, yeah, we're going to step in. And this could have been a very stupid move. And thinking in hindsight, maybe we shouldn't have done that. But we went to the guy and we started saying, well, long live Ukraine, right? And the guy was kind of like looking at us and he's like, where are you from? Where are you from? And we were like, Holland. And he's like, what do you know about the conflict? What do you know about the conflict? And we kind of got a chat with the guy. And he started talking about how fucked America was. And how, you know, Russia is like defending themselves from America. And I was like, well, yeah, America did some fucked up shit. But that doesn't justify bombing innocent people, right? So, I don't know, you know. Well, however you look at it, it's fucked. So, at some point, like, this guy was kind of just a weirdo. He was from Croatia. So, he wasn't even from Russia, but he was from Croatia. Luke and I were like, it's just kind of stupid to talk with this guy, because he was kind of delusional, I'd say. But one thing. So, we're like, oh, we have to catch your flight. Bye. Have a good day. And we walked away. Then when we were in the fucking aircraft, this guy was sitting like 2 seats in front of us. So we were kind of like hiding behind the seat. Because he was very passionate about this. And whatever argument you would give him, he would not give in, right? So we were kind of hiding behind the seats like, please don't spot us. Please don't spot us, right? Still polite, yeah, I know. Maybe I shouldn't have been, but to be honest, this guy was just fucked in the head. He's from Croatia, right? He had like a Croatian European Union passport, right? So, just kind of delusional guy too, all alone. Probably had a few beers up too, you know. But yeah, it was kind of... should have let him spot you, aggro him, and get banned of the airline. Fuck, I hope that wasn't too loud. But you're right. EU should have contacted you earlier. But, yeah, it was very fucked. But anyway, back to to where we are. So, Almaty Airport, also I took a picture of this. Even though there's no KLM flying at it, they only had 2 aircrafts in the duty free, and that was KLM, which was very... Maybe he bought the passport. Maybe. Great focus. Wait. Is my camera acting up? No. But yeah, maybe he bought the passport. This could be true. Although I don't think so, because I don't think he spoke Russian. On the KLM pack. Yeah, I know. Sorry. I kind of took it in a rush. I mean, this one is kind of focused, I'd say. But yeah, I know. Not the best picture. So yeah. Next country is Georgia, Tbilisi. So, other than the Z talk, this country is the complete opposite. Everywhere you look, there's a Ukrainian flag. When you put in your card of an ATM, the screen gets like blue and yellow, and it says like "Long live Ukraine," right? Taking pics of airplanes and in a rush, name more iconic duo. I know, right? And these are not real aircraft even. Like, what the fuck? Like, I could have easily taken my time and take a proper picture, but yeah. Pepega and me decided to do it in a rush. Tbilisi, best city we've been in. Best city we've been in. It's such a nice city. So here we took a kind of funicular up. We had a pretty view of the city. One thing, let me tell you a bit more about... Let's go back to taxis, my favorite topic this trip. So we didn't have any issues with taxis this trip, but something that is very iconic and kind of surprised us is... First of all, we had seatbelts. Yay! We had seatbelts. So, you know, back to like at least feeling more safe and comfortable in the car. So, basically... A thing that they do here, not just in taxis, but whenever they pass by a church, they do a cross, right? But not like quick one. It's like this, 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 and they do it like a couple of times, right? So, yeah, seatbelts, poggers! Yeah, I'm safe! I'm not gonna die in a car crash! I mean, maybe, but, you know, at least felt safer, right? Bunch rushed to Georgia, even more when first mobilization was about to happened. But there's a lot of Russians. But, let me tell you the difference here between Russians. Because we met some Russians along the way. In Georgia, we met the most. But whenever you would ask them, where are you from? They would go, Russia. They would not be happy with it. They'd rather shut their mouth. Some people even would say different countries if they had a different ID card. You know, even though their passport still said Russian Federation, you know. But I'll come back to that later, because there was a very interesting thing that happened. So Tbilisi, very nice city. There's a lot of like funiculars and cable cars that you can take. Lots of churches. Like for instance, this thing is super impressive. This is like the main church. It's sitting on top of the city. Super impressive, super pretty. I love Tbilisi. I would love to be back. So Sveta asked earlier if I wanted to be back in certain countries. I want to be back in Georgia. I love this country. The food is great. The people are great. Cities are great. Now, I'm going to say something else. My kids are obsessed with funiculars. I can't blame them. Funiculars are awesome. So, everywhere in this country would be a European flag. Like, everywhere. Even on the stamp I got in my passport, it says GE and there's like a European ring around it. But they're not part of the European Union. They really want to be part of it. Like, really, really, really. But I think they're one of the few countries that have been denied. So not even considered. They're just straight up denied. But everywhere you see, there's European flags. Like, legit everywhere. Yeah, actually, I recently read that Georgians are concerned about the number of Russians migrating. And majority thinks it's gonna cause issues to the future. Well, makes sense. Yeah, but let me show you. I'm gonna go back to Google Photos for a bit. Everywhere in Russia, fuck my life, in Georgia, there's gravity. And these gravity are very political. So, first of all, you would already see this in shops. Let me show you. You would see this in shops. Everywhere. Everywhere. Also this. So, and people would be wearing this on the streets, right? It's not like you can buy it as a tourist. People would actually wear this. I have a colleague from Georgia, and I told her a friend is visiting Tbilisi. She was very impressed. Nice! Gravity everywhere in Georgia? Oh, I was wondering where gravity is. What? Did I say there's gravity? Oh, graffiti! Graffiti! Sorry, you pronounce it graffiti in Dutch. So, no, not graffiti. Fuck my life. Thank you for pointing it out, EU. But fuck my life. Yeah, that's why you were all flying, you know, the last couple of days. All the graffiti was in Georgia. But fuck my life. Good job, Ross. Let me show you the kind of stuff that is painted on the walls with graffiti. This was bloody everywhere. Either it was this or saying stuff like Russians aren't welcome here, good or bad. So yeah, they are very, very showing off that they do not like Russia. I hope I don't get banned from Twitch for showing political stuff. Anyway, let me catch up with chat. Maybe this is something for a talk in DM. But we'll mention, even though most regular Georgians are pro-Ukraine, the government seems pro-Russian? No, not at all. Not at all, as far as I understand. They are very pro... I mean, I'm not an expert on when it comes to Georgian politics, so maybe I'm talking bullshit. But as far as I know, they open Russians with open arms, but especially the ones that want to flee from the government. But yeah, let me show you another picture. There were a lot of protests going on. I don't know if I'm allowed to show this kind of stuff on Twitch. If I get banned, then you guys know why. Let me see if I can find it. So there was this huge protest. You're being a reporter now, just saying what's happening there. This is true. This is true. I'm not giving any opinions. I'm just saying what's happening there. Here you go. So, this kind of stuff, right? And as you can see, it's very straightforward in what they think, right? And they're talking about I don't know if this guy is still the president, but they're talking about the Georgian president that is kind of, I think, with the South Ossetian Abkhasian conflict. So yeah, I'm not gonna zoom in on all of it. But yeah, it's very straightforward, right? Let me go back to this screen. Just so if I go to Google Photos, I'm not gonna share shit that could be doxing myself. Or stuff I do not want to be out in public. Because there's a lot of that sort, like a lot of personal shit on Google Photos. So let me go back to polar steps. Because I think this is the best way to... What is Saakashvili? Saakashvili? Did I share something with this? I don't know. Oh, was it? I don't know. I really don't know what this guy's name is. I believe some guy called. I should look it up, to be honest. Current president, Georgia. So this is the current president, this woman. So no, it's not the guy. Saakashvili. He's in jail, really? I had no clue, to be honest. But yeah, this is the current president, but it's not the same guy. It's because it's a woman. I had no clue he's in jail. I had no idea. I'm learning something new today. I had no idea this guy was in jail. So thanks for sharing that. I should read more about it later. Okay. So, if we're talking about Russia and the conflict, something interesting happened. So we took a train to Kutaisi, which is where we were supposed to fly on, because the airport is called Kut, and everyone that speaks a little bit of Dutch knows that this word is very funny in Dutch. So I really wanted to fly to it, but our flights got cancelled, so we had to take a train to Kutaisi. And same in Polish. Thank you, Maciek. Ha 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 ha. I'm 12, by the way. But on this train, so it was like, I think a 5-hour, 7-hour train. It was very long. It went very slow and it stopped basically everywhere. But we had a couple sitting next to us. They were having a Ukrainian and a Kazakh flag. So we were like, Ukraine, Kazakhstan. We just came from Kazakhstan. This couple was Russian, but they live in Kazakhstan since basically the start of the war. So we kind of had a chat with this girl, because the guy was hangover. He was basically puking the first half of the ride. So he was at the toilet, basically spending his the first half of the ride there. So we were basically talking with the girl. So the girl told us that she's a reporter. So she writes for a Liberty newspaper of Russia. So she would even show us her passport. She did not have the eagle. She had the cover with the Russian Liberty movement, right? And it was super interesting. I was like basically asking her questions and letting her do the talking, right? So when the war broke out, because she's from St. Petersburg, she fled to Kazakhstan, where she's living with her husband, so the guy she was traveling with. And she's a reporter, and she's, I think, 23, so she's super young. And she was already saying, like, I'm never going to go back to Russia, I'm never going to be able to go back. And it was super interesting. So she's like specialized in propaganda, and especially propaganda aimed at the West, and kind of what propaganda is doing with Western media and Western outlets, and politics in the West. And so she would bring up even like COVID and COVID conspiracies and how it came from like Russian politics. And it was super interesting. I'm not gonna say everything she said because I'm not gonna do justice what she was saying. I'm not doxing her if I'm sharing her journalist profile. Am I allowed to do that? Am I doxing her? Or should I share it in Discord a bit more privately? Because it's all in Russian. Don't do it. Okay, so I'm not gonna do it. It's all in Russian, of course. But it's super, super interesting what she's writing about and what she knows. Western outlets. What? Did I say something funny again? But okay, I won't share it. But she is super... It's super interesting to hear that this girl is basically, you know... She's not like... You always say funny things. Of course you did. I know. Thanks to you. But yeah, she went to Kazakhstan when the war broke out. And she's still writing about... You know, the Russian government and what they're lying about, and also like what they're doing with the West and how they're influencing politics in the West. And it's super interesting, like super fascinating stuff, you know, and like hands down, like big round of applause for what she's doing, because it's actually super dangerous what she's doing. Even though doing it abroad, let's be honest, Kazakhstan is still very much on the Russian side of stuff. So in my opinion, it's like a lot of respect for doing it. Yo, Texican? I assume it's morning for you. Good morning. So, yeah, let's go to the Kutaisa. Kutaisa, even though this picture is super pretty, the city was a mess. There was not a lot to do. But what was there to do? There were a lot of monasteries standing outside of the city, which are all UNESCO. I mean, if our works are published, sure, you can post it. I just don't know how appropriate it is for Discord server, unless you're talking about DMs. Nah, you're right. So, should I share it? Do people want me to share her profile to check it out? Especially for those, like, I don't know if there's a lot of Russian speakers under us that are interested. Okay, I'll share it. Wait, let me see if I can find it without doxing myself. 5:30. Haha, was gonna fall back asleep, but I wanted to hear this. Thanks for joining, Tax. Also, take care of your sleep rhythm too, because, you know, 5:30 is fucking early. Let me do it here. That's your channel. You decide. True. Let me, I was thinking actually about my own Discord, by the way. Not Ruben's, you know, because that's gonna be yikes, right? Let me see what her... If I can find her Instagram again. Okay, do whatever there. Not Ruben's Discord. No. I'm not gonna bring politics there, but... Let me see if I can find it. Where do I have... This is gonna take some time to look up. Okay, here you go. Let's see if I can copy paste it. Thank you, Instagram, for being awesome. Or I mean Google Photos. Instagram. There you go. I have her. I had no idea you had your own server, so I was thinking, nah, I have my own server. And like how to saying everyone has their own servers nowadays. So yeah, let me show you. So this is her. So this is her. So she is basically writing... I don't speak Russian. I can read a little bit. I know that Vojna v Ukrainie is about the world and Ukraine, right? But that's about it. Anything else I won't... Journalist. I can read that. That's about it. But you can see she's talking about Europe, and she's basically putting connections between... also writing about Kazakhstan. Connections between propaganda and, you know, Putin and all that. If you speak Russian and you're interested, go check her out. I think it's super awesome what she's doing. And too bad I can't read it myself. But yeah, she's writing from Kazakhstan. Here you go. The link is here. You can see it. If you want to check it out, go check it out. Anyway, back to. Let me just. Who? Atun Ross. This girl, you mean? So she's the one I was in the train with. So I was in the train with her. She's from Tbilisi to Kutaisi. So she was sharing her story. So she lives in Kazakhstan. She was traveling through Georgia, and that's when she shared her story. And I thought it was interesting. So yeah, sharing it here too. Anyway, let me go back to Polar Steps. So let me talk more about the trip again. So when we were in Kutaisi, so this is kind of the monastery that's sitting on top of the city. Maybe I can zoom in and show it. So basically the city itself is not that interesting. It's really the monasteries. So the monastery is here. So everywhere in the city you can see it, which is super interesting, and it's super pretty, super old. City itself, there's a river flowing through it, but it's not that interesting in general. It's the monastery that is super pretty and super interesting. So, day after we were here, I think for 3 days, if I'm correct. We went to Galati and Motsameta. So these are UNESCO. Galati is the higher one, which is this one. And Motsameta is the second one. So let me show a video of it. This is Galati. They were ringing the bells when we came. I don't think you'll be able to hear it from here. But they were ringing the bells, and it was like there was nobody there. Like nobody. We were the only ones here in Galati, right? So we were standing there and just seeing like the mountain view, and it was super, super pretty and surreal, right? Like here you can see the guy ringing the bell. You won't be able to hear it, sadly, but yeah, it was. So we took a taxi up here and we decided to walk down. So there is something interesting about this walk. This is from the inside. It's super pretty. It's being renovated, so that's why all the scaffolding is there. But yeah, super pretty and old. Very, very old. I think it's built in like the 13th century, so it's super old. So something that needs to be mentioned about Georgia and Armenia. These are the first countries to ever like adopt Christianity as their state religion. So a lot of churches are very, very, very old. Which is super interesting. So I'm gonna tell you, why am I standing on train tracks? Our plan in the first place was to take a train down from Galati to the other one. I'm not gonna remember the name. Galati I only remember because I scream. That's legit the only reason I remember it. But basically we wanted to take a train down. But we went to the train station and it was kind of empty and there was nothing there. There was only one guy sitting behind the desk. So, and he only spoke Russian. So Luke asked the guy like, hey, when will the train go? And he was like, oh, ever since the pandemic, the train doesn't drive anymore. So we were like, ooh, yikes. So we have to walk down. So we asked the guy what was the quickest and best route to walk. And he was like, the train tracks. We were like, train tracks? Munkas? But, yeah, apparently he said like the best way to walk, because otherwise you're walking alongside cars. The best way to walk is just walk on the train tracks. So we took this guy's word for it. I don't know if it's a smart move to do, but it felt smart. There was indeed no train, and the view was amazing, right? Like we were walking like alongside this kind of stuff. You can see the monastery we were walking to here, like valleys with rivers, and it was super pretty, right? So yeah, when we got to the second monastery, there was a wedding there. So we were kind of like just going in, going out very quickly. It was super pretty. It feels like, what's the castle called in Harry Potter? In Dutch we call it Zwijnstein. I know it has a different name in English. Just imagine if Ross had a good camera with him. I know. To be honest, especially at these kind of times, I wish I had a good camera with me. Because, like, it's so pretty and then it's like, you know, it's Hogwarts. Yeah, Hogwarts, thank you. So it's like the school from it had kind of Hogwarts vibe to it. Yo, Natalia, thank you for the 2-month resub. Thank you for the interesting story about the journey. My pleasure. I love doing it. It's what I feel like, especially with this trip. It's not like a regular vacation. It really felt like an adventure. And that's why I love to share it. I like the pics anyway. Oh, thank you, Agatka. Thank you. But yeah, it was like... Don't mind the plastic trash bin. But it was so pretty and so, like, magical almost. Super interesting, to be honest. So yeah, we continue the train tracks to go down. There was this dog. You can see it here following us around. Super cute. This would be a theme, especially in this region. Dogs would be following us around. It's super cute. They first they think you have food and then they just follow you. And it feels kind of like protecting you. Because if other dogs would be angry, they would just go and bark back. And you know, it's kind of cute and just very nice about the trip. You know, you'd be walking, you'd have a companion with you. Like super cute, super nice. So yeah, we went back from after Kutaisi. We took a train back to Tbilisi. And at Tbilisi we went to this place. I'm not gonna try to pronounce it, but this is the old capital. Ross is a big dog fan. Nah, I love animals in general. Cats are still better. The cats were super cute too. The first monastery had cats, and they would be like purring and looking for attention, and this was super cute too. We can't see the name. Did I not? I am Pepe. Wait, really? You can't see this place? Like this name? Machketka? Or did I really fuck up? Oh, I was covering it with the cam. Aha. Thanks to you. Thanks to you. But yeah, it's this place. Machketa. Or whatever. I'm pronouncing it. I shouldn't pronounce it because it's gonna be bad. This place, so this is the old capital of Georgia. It's right outside of Tbilisi. It's super pretty. Also, there's like a monastery in the back, kind of Byzantium, like kind of monastery. We didn't went up there, but we wanted to, but we didn't have the time to do so. Inside, wow, just super big, super pretty, old, of course. So yeah, here you can see the monastery on top of the mountain that we didn't go to from the water. It's super pretty here. I would love to be back here in summer. Just move the cam to the right, not to... Good call! Good call. Wait. Let me... There you go. Chaka. There you go. Thanks to you. Thanks to you. So, sorry for the quick light mode that came by. I know I probably just blinded all of my viewers. Yeah, so this was pretty. So... After this, we went to Armenia. So Armenia, I'm gonna tell, it was we were thinking was gonna be the highlight. So before COVID, I was planning to stay a year in Yerevan. So maybe people know that Sveta is doing or she did stuff with the European Solidarity Corps. And she kind of inspired me to check out the same thing and see if I could do something with it. You know, because I was like, I'm young, I should travel, I should do that sort of stuff. And I found a job in Armenia. And it was looking nice until COVID came and kind of ruined the whole trip. And I was supposed to stay like a year in Armenia, in Yerevan. So I was kind of very looking forward to this place. Because it was like, okay, I was supposed to stay here for a year, right? Like, I'm finally gonna see what it's like. So I was very hyped. I had seen a lot of videos and stuff, and I had high expectations of this place. But there's really one option to go there. Russ, question. I'm waiting. I'm just gonna talk until the question pops up. But, so you didn't do the project because of COVID or the conflict? Because of COVID. The conflict came right after COVID started. If I recall correctly. So, because of COVID, it didn't start. I will talk about the conflict later, because this is a whole different topic on itself. But let me just first talk about this. So there's really one main. Yo, Sandra, thank you for the 23 month. Fuck my life, I can't talk. 23-month resub. COVID was a blessing in this case. We'll talk about that later. Are you still thinking to go to the Poland? Poland would be fun too. I'm still checking from time to time, but especially now that I'm living on my own, you know, I have bills to pay. It feels less doable, so probably not, but who knows? Never say never. I'm still looking from time to time. I still have the app, so sometimes I'm still checking. But anyway, there's actually one only real way to get to Yerevan, and it's by night train. And you can't book this stuff online. You have to go to a station and ask, like, what the price is and if there's seats available. So in Tbilisi, we went to the station and they were like, only cash. And they kind of asked a high price for it. And we were like, let's see if there's other options first. And I read that people say you can take a taxi. You can just go through Bolt, order a taxi from Yerevan, or from Tbilisi to Yerevan. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do that. Because we checked the price and it was not pricey at all. It was like, I mean, it sounds a lot at first, but it's like 60 euros. But this would be for Luke and me. So it's basically 30 euros per person and it's a 5-hour ride, right? So we were like, let's do it. So we, in the morning, when we were supposed to go, we booked a taxi through Bolt. And we got this cab driver. And I swear, this guy is a legend. Like, we were so lucky with the cab driver that we got. Because we could have had an absolute dickhead, but we had a super nice guy. He didn't speak a word of English, only a little bit of Russian. LMFAO cheap, yeah. And especially if you do it like shared. So Luke paid 30 euros, I paid 30 euros. It's no money at all, right? Basically, the guy was kind of stressing his ass off when he came. He was like, Armenia! And he was like grabbing his ID card and asking if that would be fine. And we'd be like, probably not. So he was like asking and apologizing if it's okay to go to his place and pick up his passport. And we were like, yeah, fine. You know, you need to bring us. So just do it. So he went to his place first, grabbed his passport, and we went off to the border. This guy was like he would be stopping, grab coffee, and we wanted to pay for the coffee, and he'd be like, no, I'm paying for your coffee. Like, I want coffee, you're getting coffee from me, you know? If we wanted to pay, he'd be like, no, we're not doing this, you know? And let me tell you something cool. So he kind of opened Bluetooth for us, and he was like, you guys are in charge of the music, right? So I'm not gonna play, especially with Luke, I'm not gonna play trance or Ruben. So we were like, you know, what's kind of accessible music, you know, especially because this guy's there. So we were like, let's do just 2012 EDM, right? So David Guetta, Sexy Bitch, Martin Garrix's Animals, this kind of stuff. I swear, this guy was listening to the music like he just heard, like, you know, like God talk to him, right? He was like this, right? And he'd been like going along with the beat. And I think this music probably never made it to Georgia, because he was like, oh, хорошо music, хорошо, you know, very good music. And he was just like mind blown. So we gave him the track list and everything, and he loved it. So I think we just introduced 2012 EDM music to Georgia, because apparently they never heard it before. But then came the border check. So, let me tell you something. So, our border checks with me and Luke, it would be kind of 50-50. If I had it tough, he would have it easy. If I had it easy, he would have it tough. He was a young guy. No, I think he was like in his 30s. He wasn't that young. Not young, but not old either. Kind of, you know, just in his 30s, you know, you'd expect he would know. 30, not young. Sorry, EU. I know. I know. Sorry. Okay, young-ish. I'm probably making it tough for myself right now. Rush, just shut up. Just shut up. But yeah. So basically, when I entered Georgia, so in 2019 I went to Russia, right? So they saw my Russian visa. They did not like that. They were not a fan of it. I got like, when Luke went through, they were like, why did you go to Russia? I was like, tourist. They were like, why? So when in Kazakhstan it was like, why do you want to visit us? Here it was like, why did you visit Russia? And why did you want to visit Russia? At some point they were like, click, just go in. Because Luke went through, they realized I was traveling with Luke. They were like, just go in. But with Armenia it was the opposite. With me, no problem. They were click, done. But for those who don't know, Armenia and Azerbaijan have a long-lasting conflict. And of course, we started the trip off in Baku, Azerbaijan. Luke got interrogated the hell out of him because of that stamp. They were like, why did you go to Azerbaijan? What did you do there? And when he was like, I only visited a day, only transiting, they kept on asking him, why? He got through in the end, but I think it took like 12, 13 minutes before he went through. And with me, it was only like 1 minute. They looked at my passport. They didn't even see the stamp. They were like, welcome to Armenia, you know? But he eventually got through, and our driver got through too, because, you know, this is exactly why I'm happy I got my citizenship and new passport half a year before the war started. I had Russian stamps in my... yeah. I would be very happy that you don't have that anymore. Because they, especially in a country like Georgia, they make a big deal out of it. Also, every Russian that passes the border, they get interrogated. Like, officially you get let through. But even if you're leaving the country, you have to explain yourself. They are not chill about it. Yeah, when we got through the border, the driver got through the border as well. Yeah, I'm still on. And I'm gonna be on for a while. The trip's not done yet. Welcome back, Days. The guy went through, and when we wanted to leave the border post, a guy came to us, and he was like asking for papers for the car, which the guy had. But when he showed the papers, they were in Georgian. And the Armenian border check did not understand Georgian. So, we had to wait 3 hours at the border check, because the guy had to get papers translated to Russian and English. Eventually it happened, but yeah, we had to wait 3 hours at the border check. We couldn't leave. If we would leave, we couldn't get back in, so we were like, yeah, we're just staying with the guy. We played FIFA, I had my Switch with me, we just played FIFA, we had a chat with the guy. But as soon as we went through, the guy was already like... Armenia! We were going from Georgia to Armenia. I'm sorry if I'm like mixing up stories, because I was mentioning the border check with Georgia earlier. But sometimes I realize I forgot to mention something earlier and I'm going back in time. But yeah, we were going with the car. So we ordered a taxi from Georgia, Tbilisi to Armenia, Yerevan. And this was the border check, right? So he didn't have the English or Russian papers for his car. To Russian and English for Armenian officials. Interesting, not Armenian. It could be Armenian too, but they were saying like better to do it in Russian or English because more international, right? Because they would understand both. So this is why. But eventually we got the papers in both. They checked it, not a problem, and we entered Armenia. The moment we entered Armenia, literally nothing was clean or intact. Everything was either broken down or not taken care of, not renovated. Even though the ride from the border... I'm gonna tell something different about the border before I continue on this. So we took this road. And this is why I love this app, because it tracks it down. Watch what happens here. So we went from the border check straight here. We followed the roads up until here. And here the road does something interesting. Officially, there's a border here with Azerbaijan. But the road just goes straight through. So we were, according to Google Maps and Polar Steps, we were going in between Azerbaijan and Armenia. Going in, going out. Going in, going out. But in practice, this wasn't there, of course. So, but I'm gonna get back to Google Photos, because Luke, his phone, said something completely different. And apparently this is a proper issue with the people in this country. And he kind of showed it on his phone. Let me see if I have a picture of it. So Luke has an iPhone. According to Apple Maps, there was no border here. So we were going in and out of Armenia, according to his phone. So let me show it here. So my phone says that there is a border there, but his phone says the border is a bit more up ahead. And apparently this is a very big issue in the community here. We have the same here in the south, where you can drive through Russia and there's no border control. So yeah, here's the thing. Depending on who you ask, this should belong to Azerbaijan. But Azerbaijan and Armenia are basically in war. This is occupied territory. So Apple Maps shows the actual border. So the military border, right? From where up the military controls the area. While Google Maps shows the map how it should be, right? And this is where this whole trip got interesting, but also kind of scary and very political. So I'm gonna warn in advance, this trip has already been kind of political from time to time. It's getting even more political here. So the moment we arrived in Yerevan, we were kind of shocked. The whole city, there was no old city. So I think somewhere in the 80s there was a huge earthquake and it destroyed the entire city. Nothing was left and the Soviets rebuilt it. But everything that has been rebuilt has not been maintained. So everything is falling apart. And it's a very sad city because of that. To be honest, it broke my heart. I'm gonna show something around Armenia in a bit, because we travel around a bit, not a lot. But everything from here on was super political. So for those who don't know, there's a conflict going on between Azerbaijan and Armenia about this area. Almost everyone refers to it as Nagorno-Karabakh. So during Soviet era times, the current map as it is right now got drawn. But it wasn't drawn according to people, right? So not according to nationality. Nationality, everyone was Soviet around the time, so it wasn't a problem. But it wasn't according to, how do you say it? I forgot the word. Demographically. So it did get drawn according to the demographics, right? So, recurrent theme around the border, yeah. So, this area is filled with demographically people, Armenians. But it's only this area. Around there, it's just Azerbaijani people. So it's surrounded by people from Azerbaijan, right? When the two states got independence, they kind of were negotiating what to do. And Azerbaijan did not want to recognize this as Armenia. Even though Azerbaijan has their little exclave Nakhchivan right here, in between Turkey, Iran, and Armenia, they did not want to give this to Armenia. And Armenia decided to do it the hard way, and they invaded. They managed to get it. So this area was until very recently all under control of Armenia. They refer to it as Artsakh. In 2020, right after COVID broke out, Azerbaijan went back into war and they took most of the land back. I'm not going to go into details. It's a very difficult political conflict and I'm not the right person to talk about this. But let me tell you, let me go back to when we were in Baku. Am I in the middle of a history lesson? Yeah, sorry, conquest. Good evening. When we were in Baku, there was a lot of posters saying Karabakh is Azerbaijan. Karabakh is Azerbaijan. But even on buses. So normally you have a bus saying a number and the destination, right? It would flip from the number and destination it goes to Karabakh is Azerbaijan. And then back to the destination. And this would be a very recurring theme. Everywhere you would see posters, Karabakh is Azerbaijan. In Armenia, it was the opposite. Everywhere it was, we stand with Artsakh. So they call it Artsakh. So it would be everywhere you would see flags with the pixels. So Artsakh has its own flag. Let me show it. Artsakh flag. So this flag would be waving everywhere. Everywhere. I would see it more frequently than the Armenian flag. They would have posters everywhere. Artsakh is Armenia. But what the sad thing is we would go. Let me show this statue. This statue is a war museum. So it's within the Victory Park in Armenia. The Victory Park is, of course, built by the Soviets to remember World War II. A lot of monuments are from World War II and the people that fell, during the war. So in the park, there's already monuments built for Artsakh. Victory Park. Victory Park, sorry. Sorry, Park. P-A-R-K. Park. Fuck my life. So, a lot of monuments there are built for, World War II. But a lot of new monuments are built for Artsakh, Nagorno-Karabakh, this conflict. And this was already when I got kind of nasty feeling about it. Because they have a monument of soldiers that passed away in 2016? Don't ask me the details, but this broke my heart. Because they had the date of birth and the date of death. And I kid you not, everyone who died there was born either in 1996, 1997 or 1998. And I'm 1997 myself. So seeing that these young people are already dying on a battlefield, when I was still playing video games in my mom's house, right? Just kind of shocked me. And I mean, it's reality, right? But it was again a wall I walked into, right? And kind of realizing yeah, this is the reality here. So then we went to this statue. This statue is a museum. You can go in for free. And I was expecting, because it says in Russian, the War Museum, right? I was expecting this is going to be about World War II or just wars in general. I was wrong. It was only about Artsakh. It was only about this conflict. And this would be a recurring theme the whole trip. Everything was about this area. Everywhere where we would go, you would see a map of Armenia. This province would be part of it. It would keep on reoccurring that they would be talking about this conflict. Everywhere you would go, you would see the flag. You would see, even when you went in, I love buying magnets of places I go to. In the shops where you would buy magnets, there would be 2 options for Yerevan. But they would have 10 options for Stepanakert, the capital of Artsakh. And this kept on reoccurring. And what was kind of the drip for me that I was kind of done. Because I kind of had a low. Agatha can tell you all about it. Because I was kind of sending voice memos to her. That I was kind of devastated and done with this place. So we visited this place. Zwartnots. It's UNESCO. It's an old remains of an old church. Super pretty. But at the same time, it's not. And let me tell you why. Even though this place is UNESCO, everything around is just shantytown. When we took a cab, it was just broken down building after broken down building, or abandoned building, or the road was just destroyed. There was nothing left. And this was just Armenia, to be honest. But especially here, it kind of realized me. Because you would still see the Artsakh flags everywhere. And together with the people that, I saw my age dying at a battle. It kind of realized. I don't know. I could be talking bullshit here, right? But to me, it felt like this country was more focusing on regaining control of historic lands than caring about its own people. Because I have pictures. I didn't want to take pictures of the place, but Luke did it, and I'm actually kind of happy he did. Just to show how sad this place is. And you have to remember that this is right outside of like a UNESCO area. So there's an area that is like funded and protected by the UN, by the basically the world community, right? And then outside of it is just this. And let me show you. This. And whatever like I go through, it's like this is like they have like a lot of like underground passes in like the old Soviet Union, right? Because highways, you can't cross the highway, so they have these underpasses. This is how it looks like. It's just all trash and like this sort of stuff. I don't know, it broke my heart. When I was walking here, I was like, I don't know, it just... Oh, this thing as well. But I don't know, it's just... It broke my heart, and I just couldn't realize what I was seeing and experiencing here. And how much poverty there is in this country. But meanwhile, they are... And yeah, it rings a bell. Yeah, you're absolutely right, EU. But I don't know, it's just... Yeah, it looks exactly like that, Agatha. Luke was calling it Syria. He was saying it looks like Syria. And it looks like both. Like, especially this one. This is the worst. Like, I don't know. It's heartbreaking. It's legit heartbreaking. Yeah, it's Monka. And this was kind of when I was really done with the travel. I was like, okay, I'm ready to go home now. Like, this, I remember there was this one girl. And that's where brainwashed people live in. Yeah. Because I was even saying to Agatha, I wonder if you would ask these people how they think they're living. They probably think they're living fine. I remember I saw this, like, little girl, right? Probably, like, 5 years old. And she kind of realized Luke and I were not from Armenia. And she walked up to us and she was like, hello. It was super cute. And I remember I was like, hello, how are you? And you could realize that this was a bit too much English for her, because she started to kind of panic and be shy. And she went to her mother and hiding behind her mother laughing, of course. And I don't know, it kind of... I was walking around and I saw this girl and I was like, this is where she lives. This is gonna be her life. Right? And... if she's a boy, she's probably gonna be like... If she would be a boy, she would be sent to her front at 18 to fight for something that is kind of far away from home. It's here. I mean, it's still not too far, but for what is it for? And this conflict has been going on since 1993, before I was born. And there's gonna be people sent to the front, whenever they turn 18 to fight for something, which is, what is it for? And I don't know, it just broke my heart, because wherever we would go, there would be poverty, this country is also hit by sanctions, because Turkey, they closed their borders. Azerbaijan closed their borders. The only way to get in is through Georgia. Right? So, for instance, if you would buy, like, food would be super cheap here, but if you would buy a cup of coffee, it would cost you at least €5. Because they can't get the beans. It's very rare to get the beans. The only affordable coffee is the powder. And this would all be from Russia. It will all be like Russian coffee powder. That's it. Their only friend is Russia. And I don't know, it just broke my heart. It broke my heart, and especially, like I said, I was super excited to go to this place back in like 2020. But it was I was here, and I was also kind of realizing it's a blessing that I didn't go. Because if I already felt so bad after only a couple of days, can you imagine how it would have been if I would stay there a year? Yo, Chris, thank you for the 14-month resub. But this was also kind of a moment I was like, I don't want to travel through this country anymore. Luke and I had big plans. We wanted to go to Sevan, which is super pretty, but we were also like, yeah, Because we passed through it with the car. We already seen the puffer tree there. We were like, let's not go there. We also had some issues with a cab again. Like, you know, we ordered a taxi and, through Bolt. And they would drop us at Svartnots. And he'd be like, no, I don't want card. I want cash. Even though we already paid by card. So we had to pay cash and had to do, file in a complaint. And this would be like... Same reoccurring thing here with cash. And we'd be like, no, we're not gonna travel around. We're not gonna, you know, go through the puffer tree. It's just gonna make us sad. Let's just stay in Yerevan, right? And we only did one real trip after it, and that's this place, which is super close. It's Garni. So there's an old, like, Greek, Roman actually, temple. And it's within the mountains. To be honest, most beautiful place I've been in a trip. And this is what still blows my mind. From the poverty and the sadness we've seen, there's still this kind of stuff as well. And I'm happy this is still there. And it was like a highlight, right? But Ross went to places I never even heard of. Well, I hope I can kind of educate and show these places to the world. And, you know, I mean, I'm not like, it's not like I'm doing it for millions of people, but, you know, at least for a small handful of people, you know, and see what it's like there, you know. And yeah, I'm happy myself too that I went here, and even though it's super sad what I saw here, I'm also happy I went there and I could experience it myself. But yeah, it was heartbreaking. And this kind of stuff, you know, at the end of the trip, it was nice, but still I had kind of the distaste of the country, you know. And even when I'm like talking about it now, it's not like I can be like, oh, this is so pretty, because after this, when you would go out of the temple and you would drive back to Yerevan, you'd go through mountain villages and there'd be like graves. There'd be like, cemeteries. Cemeteries of people that died. Also, again, with the Artsakh flag, you know. So they died fighting in Artsakh, you know. And I don't know, it wasn't a happy atmosphere, you know. This is nice. I live vicariously on travel through Ross. Americans are so undereducated on geography. Yeah, to be honest, yeah. Speaking of Russia being their only friend, yep, in the UN's resolution condemning Russia's aggression, Azerbaijan, Armenia, Kazakhstan either were absent or deciding not to vote neither for nor against, and Georgia condemned it. Yeah. Because Georgia was the only one who wanted to join NATO and, you know, got invaded by Russia for it, you know. And they still have their issues with South Ossetia and Abkhazia for it. It's not shown on the map here. Let me show on. Let me do this before I'm DDoXing myself. Because, oh no, I'm accidentally opening FL Studio. Don't mind the noise in the background that you're going to hear in a bit. Let me do this without showing where, yeah, don't mind FL Studio. Let me show this without showing where I'm from. I mean, you know where I'm from, but where I'm living. So here. Because Google Maps shows it kind of... Well. Because Georgia has the same issue, right? They have Abkhazia and South Ossetia. So they have been in a war with Russia too. And they kind of declared independent republics here as well, right? So Georgia is still, like, having their own issues because of it as well. But, actually, I'm kind of interested that Google Maps doesn't show, Nagorno-Karabakh? But anyway, but yeah, Armenia is like their only friend is Russia, and they've not been a good friend either, to be honest, because I believe Armenia is part of the NATO alliance of Russia. And when they got invaded by Azerbaijan, because I believe even here there was fighting in like Armenian territory, they also just want to clear out, I'm not gonna take a stance who's right or wrong, because in my opinion, when it comes to both countries did absolutely horrible stuff in this conflict, and there's no right or wrong in this situation. I just wanna point that out. Because I know there's people very passionate about which side is the right side here. I believe both are equally wrong. Where's Azerbaijan here? Azerbaijan is right here. It's right in between Russia and Iran. And Armenia and Georgia to the west. And they have a little exclave which is very narrowly connected with Turkey. I think I'll leave the VOD up for a while. So if you're very curious about more of the trips, you can just look back at the VOD and you know, you'll hear more about, because I've been in Azerbaijan too. But yeah, it just like, I think this is the first time I've been in a country where there's like political conflict, and not political conflict as like, you know, some protests and stuff, but actual like war, right? And in Azerbaijan, in Baku, I did see the signs, but the people were living fine. They have oil. Like I said, they're always trying to turn it into Dubai in a certain sense. And the people live kind of good. But in Armenia, it's the complete opposite, you know. And not gonna lie, I was very happy to, because rather than doing a taxi back, we decided to actually do the night train, because it was kind of cheap. From Armenia to Georgia, for some reason, it's kind of cheap. So we took a night train from Yerevan to Tbilisi, and I was very happy to hold this ticket in my hand and, you know, take the train. So after seeing this, do you still hate Rotterdam? Yes, but less. Way less. So let me tell you about this train. So we booked second class, which means you're sharing a compartment with 2 people. This was one of the reasons why we didn't want to do it on the way to Armenia. Because we were kind of like, you know, especially if it's kind of pricey and sharing it with 2 people, let's not do that. You know, if it would be first class, you know, you're just staying with the 2, like, it would just be me and Luke. It'd be like, yeah, fair enough, but it wasn't. But on the way back, it was kind of cheap for second class, so we were like, we're just gonna do it like this. We're gonna do the night train. It's gonna be an experience, which was a nice experience, to be honest. But when we entered the train, we first were alone in the compartment, and we were like, kind of like, oh, let's hope it stays like this. Because when we booked it, we saw that there were a lot of open seats available. So we were like, maybe we're gonna be lucky and we're gonna have a compartment alone. We weren't that lucky. Because in no time, this very big Russian guy would be standing at the door with 2 Russian girls. And he was kind of like, get out, the girls need to make space. Which was very, very confusing. And we asked the guy, like, oh, are you traveling with the 3 of you? Because you have to imagine, there's like a compartment of 4. So that means 2 by 2, right? And Luke and I were traveling together. So there were only 2 other beds, right? And so now suddenly a group of 3 came in. So we were like, are you traveling together? No. And we were like, oh, okay. And we were asking to the youngest girl, like, so you're staying somewhere else? No, I'm staying here. And I went back to the guy. I was like, is this your compartment? Yes. And I went to the other woman. It's like, are you staying in this compartment too? Yes. So I'm like, the 3 of you are staying here. No. And we were like, yeah, exactly. What? And we were like very confused. And they got very angry at us for this question. And we were like, what the fuck is going on, right? Turns out, the guy started to be kissing and smooching with the other woman, and he went out and left without saying a thing. Turns out, the guy went into the train, dropped the girls were going together to Tbilisi, and he wasn't traveling. And we were like, if they're traveling, the 3 of them, then we're just gonna offer if we can, you know, we're gonna ask the conductor if we can stay somewhere else, because, you know, 5 people in there is gonna be kinda, but yeah, it turns out it was just the 2 girls. But yeah, we got, compared to the train to, you know, from Tbilisi to Kutaisi, we got a very different vibe with them. So these were not, like, you know, pro-Ukraine, ashamed of being Russian. Like, they were very Russian. Like, very, very... but we decided to have kind of a chat with them, you know, without being judgy. We were like, okay, let's have a chat with them. And the oldest one was kind of looking down at us and didn't want to talk. So we were kind of talking with the youngest girl. I think she was around our age. You know, it's very impolite to ask Russian girls what their age is. I learned that because of EU. Thank you, EU. So we didn't ask, but I assume she was around our age. So we asked her, like, hey, where are you from? And she was like, yeah, I'm from Moscow. And we were like, do you still live in Moscow? Yes. And we were like, okay. Why is that just for Russian girls? I don't know. Maybe it's impolite with other women too, but I am just probably impolite with other women too then. Could be the case. But she was sharing that she works for Aeroflot. And this was kind of when we got because Aeroflot is still owned by the state, right? So we kind of got a vibe that this wasn't somebody we want to spend time with. On top of that, Luke and I were also kind of like, are we really going to be sharing a room with two girls? Feels kind of wrong. So I went to the toilet and I noticed that there were like 3 compartments still free. So I went back and I was kind of like, Luke, let's just grab our bags and go for the compartment. So we did that, but I was kind of like saying to the girls, like, hey, we're gonna be trying to be gentlemen, you know. You guys, you have a girls' night. We're gonna be going to a different compartment. Not to be rude. Have a good day. Have a good trip. Have a good night. Bye. And they were very happy with that. This was the biggest smile we got out of them, right? They were very happy that we were leaving. So we were like, okay, good. So we went to the other compartment and we came the conductor. Like, we walked right into the conductor. And the conductor was kind of like, because he saw us walking with our bags and he was like, He didn't speak English. But Luke tried to explain to him in Russian, like, hey, we're trying to be gentlemen. There's 2 ladies there. We saw that there's empty compartments. Is it okay if we, like, take the empty compartment and leave them have their own compartment? And the guy was like, cash. And we didn't have any Armenian money anymore. So we were like, we don't have cash. So he was like, you go back. So we were like, okay, well, we tried. We're going back. Guess that's how it is. So we went into the compartment. And you should have seen the face of these girls. They were not happy that we were back. And we were like, yeah, sorry, conductor sent us back. So they decided to start talking with the conductor. And at some point, the conductor was like, come with me. And he showed us a new compartment. And we were like, okay, so we are getting the compartment. And Luke was saying that he understood what they were saying in Russian. Apparently, they were negotiating a price for us. So the woman paid for us to have us out of the compartment. So in the end, we felt kind of wrong at the same time. But, you know, seeing they didn't want us there, you know. Win-win, I'd say. But, in the end, we got our own compartment with the 2 of us. It was kind of nice. Only thing, like, they wake you up at 3 in the morning for, like, border check. And this took until 6 in the morning. So we were like, like, dying of sleep. Yeah, just to have a border check. But yeah, our passport, I gave my passport. They didn't even look at it. It was like... But there were some Russians there, and they had to be interrogated, of course. Because I think half of our train was Russian. They all got interrogated. All of them. They all got taken into an office and interrogated. So, I mean, I get they wanted some quiet time. Yeah, same, to be honest. I mean, I get it. And this is what kind of felt awkward. 2 young guys and 2 young girls. I mean, you know, we're not gonna do anything wrong, right? But I still understand that it's kind of uncomfortable, and you know, especially because they're gonna be hearing Dutch all the time, you know, and not gonna lie, Luke and I aren't the quietest ones, so yeah, you know, it's still super kind that they paid. Even though they probably paid basically for themselves. But, because they had their own little compartment in the end anyway. But, yeah, we went, we took the train. They woke us up at 3. We went back to sleep around 6. And we got waken up at 8 again because we were at the station. We had to finish the beds and everything. To be honest, I would love to do more night trains like this. Because this was my first night train ever. To longer places, if just like me and like a companion, nobody else. To be honest, I'd love it. So yeah, last day in Tbilisi, we just kind of started walking around. Nothing interesting. Yeah, there was this like abandoned Soviet kind of pool, I'd say. It's kind of interesting. Also, this kind of buildings. And yeah, that's already the end of the trip. We went home. We flew to München. And from Munich, we went home. And that was kind of it. You know? Let me see what else. Pool, grass is... Yeah, it's an abandoned pool. It's not there anymore. Some cultures, I guess, if different, also with women trusting males, they don't know. They could also be sort of stuck up, yeah. Also, I should mention because they were asking us in Russian first, you know, some stuff. And we were like, sorry, you don't only speak English. And they were like, where are you from? And when we said the Netherlands, they kind of were like, they weren't too happy. So, and this is why I said, like, we kind of got like safe to say a Z vibe from them. They were not very happy with us being Europeans. So, this could have played a factor too. Because even when we were asking, like, hey, what's your work? We wouldn't get questions back, and they didn't seem like they were very happy with the conversation. I mean, it could also be that they were just tired and they don't care, but I don't know. We kind of had the impression that, you know, they weren't very happy with sharing a room with two guys, and especially since they're from the West. Yeah, exactly, I got that. And yeah, so, and we didn't even get to, like, political talking or anything, you know, and I mean, I was trying to avoid that at all costs, because I had the feeling if I would do that, I'd become very angry, maybe even upset. But yeah, so that was the trip, and not gonna lie, I'm happy I did it, even though, not gonna lie, especially at the end, I felt like really missing home. I'm very happy, because I'm very more happy. I mean, I've always been realizing how blessed I am with living in Amsterdam and Holland. But especially after, like, Armenia, I kind of realized how lucky I am. Because I'm not fighting in a war. If I go out to the street is fine. I can take my bike everywhere. I can take a bus everywhere. I have money to travel and live, you know, live my life. And it doesn't look like this, you know. And even the simple stuff, like grabbing a cup of coffee. I don't have to pay €5 for it. I mean, if I go to Starbucks, I do, but that's something completely different, you know? What places would you want to visit again? One thing for sure is Georgia. I would love to come back in summer. Because I believe, like, we wanted to go into the mountains, but it felt very unsafe. With like, it being winter. I would love to be back in summer, also experience the bliss in summer. And maybe Azerbaijan as well. I think Baku during summer could be interesting too. Actually, fun fact about Baku, they do the Formula 1 there. On the streets, kind of like Monaco. Maybe this would be cool to experience one day. I'm not a Formula 1 fan, so I don't know. But I don't know, also maybe Kazakhstan? Because I know there's a lot of pretty areas around, but we just didn't have the time for it, or it would be super expensive. They would be asking like $500, right, for a tour to like there's canyons here and stuff, which is super pretty, right? But they'd be like $500. It's like, per person, right? It's like, no. That's where I remember the name from. Yeah, they do the Formula 1 there. Like on the streets, kind of like Monaco style, right? So, I don't know. maybe this would be cool. I'm not a Formula 1 fan, but, you know, it's not like, you know. Also, they did like the Euro Cup. It was like they were doing hosting there in one of the stadiums. Actually, they did, I think it was a Europa League final there, and it was kind of one of the biggest flops. Because it was like 2 English teams, I think Liverpool and... Was it Chelsea? They had to play against each other. So all the English fans had to go to Baku, but it's kind of hard to reach. So I believe the whole stadium was empty. So it's kind of interesting place. Would love to go back there. They're really trying to put themselves on the map. You know, they have oil off the coast, so they are trying to become a new Dubai. I'm kind of curious. I would love to be back there, I think. I'm sure Georgia has beauty. Yeah, absolutely. I would love to go into the mountains. It's like, oh. It would be beautiful. These are some of the Caucasus. These are the highest mountains in Europe, even higher than the Alps. You know? I would love to see it. Arsenal Chelsea. Thank you, Helter. That's it. That's it. So yeah, it was a big flop, you know. They actually still have posters for that match in the city, which is kind of weird to think. But, yeah, I'd love to be back in both. And maybe Kazakhstan. Armenia. I mean, I'd love to see Savan, but at the same time, I got so disappointed and so sad in the country. I don't think I want to be back anytime soon. Maybe his stuff is different, but I doubt that's going to be the case anytime soon, you know? But, yeah, it was certainly an interesting trip and an interesting experience. Georgia is beautiful in the summer. My neighbors were there in August and they loved it there. Thanks for the interesting story. I enjoyed listening. Thank you for listening. I did expect that we would have around 20 viewers. I thought a lot more people wouldn't give a shit, but it seems like a lot of people are interested. So thank you for joining and listening and, you know, letting me talk about it. Yeah, good point, Helter. And one footballer from Arsenal was Armenian and he couldn't join the match because he has an Armenian passport. So yeah, like this was like a big flop. Good point. But yeah, it's very interesting place. Now this is great. I love to see experience around the world. I would love, because we were originally planning to go to Uzbekistan as well. Because they have, let me show you, some very pretty cities. Not the capital, Tashkent, but this place, Samarkand and Bukhara. These are so pretty. We were planning to go here too, but we just couldn't fit it in. Look at this. Like, fantastic. So yeah, I would love to maybe be back in the area just to see this. Because, like, mind-blowingly beautiful. Because you know the old Silk Road, right? But also Bukhara. Let me show you. Look. One cheer for the nice story. Thank you, Majek. Look at this. Mind-blowing, right? So yeah, I would love to be in this area at least one day. But yeah, we couldn't fit this in, sadly. I'd love to be in this area. Just mind-blowing to see. Ben Bomer to Uzbekistan? Next, I need a tour of Utrecht, so I know what to do there besides ASOT. Utrecht, you can just walk around. That's all you need to do, just walk around. It's a pretty city by itself. I'm not gonna show it because it's gonna show my location. I'm not gonna DDoX myself. Or dox myself, or whatever you want to call it. I'm not gonna dox myself. Somewhere around there, not sure which country exactly. To be honest, the region there is beautiful. I would love to go there. We just love listening to your soothing voice. Ah, thank you, Days. Yeah, it's so weird. So, Agata's making a good point, and I checked this. So Polish people can go to Georgia with an ID card, but I need to show my passport, which is kind of interesting. Because normally it's like the other way around, right? Like, oh, you come with a Western passport. It's like, or Western ID card. It's like, oh, come in. not a problem. But when it's like a Dutch ID card, it's like, no. Passport. But when it's like, you're Pole, it's like, yeah, ID card, just go in. And I think it's interesting. Because, you know, normally it's the other way around. So it's kind of cool that for once it's like, the Polish ID card is in this case more powerful than a Dutch one, you know? Polish and Georgian good buddies, yeah. They both have good food. Georgian food was amazing. I loved. Also, I made a big mistake. So, I ordered dumplings here. I forgot what it's called. But the Georgian dumplings, I was like, I'm used to pierogi, right? The Polish dumplings. It's like, they were asking how much do you want? I was like 7. They were like, 7? Like, yeah, 7. Not a problem. And normally a pierogi is like around this, right? Like, Khinkali. Yeah, that's it, Khinkali. So, it's around this. These are not around this. They were this. So I had 7 of these. And I was like, fuck, how am I gonna finish this? Quick off-topic question. Euros Foreign rings a bell. Good shit. Yeah, Euros Foreign is great. He's great. I finished most of them. I left 2. I couldn't finish it. With your speed, that would take 7 hours. Damn days. I'm not that slow either. Okay, I'm not a fast eater, but I'm not a, you know. Not that slow. SMH. 7 hours. SMH. I've been watching some YouTube videos, so I know little about Utrecht before I go. Just so you know, if you're expecting to see the dump tower, the big icon of Utrecht, it's not. You're not. It's packed. It's literally packed in. You're not gonna say shit. You're not gonna see shit. Let me show. How does the dump tower look right now? No, not Google Maps. I don't want to dox myself. Don't want people to see where I live. Let me show you how it looks like. Not number 4. So this is how it normally looks like, right? This is how you normally see the dump tower, right? The dump tower, right? This is the symbol of Utrecht. Let me show you how it looks like now. I think this is the closest. They put a thing around it, but yeah. Yeah, this is how it kinda... They packed in the whole thing so you can't even see the peak. That's how it looks like right now. Yeah, here you go. So yeah, that's gonna be what you're gonna be seeing in Utrecht. I asked about yours because I randomly saw an event poster here on the streets and he's playing here this Saturday. Random. Go for it! Joris Vorn is awesome! Joris Vorn is awesome! Great guy. Good music. It's not hard. We can just look up Brandon. That meme. That meme. Greek Mango. Hi. Welcome. I'm staying across from the dump tower. Yeah, you're not gonna see shit. Off topic. There are tickets for Ruben and Pasha Poznan. Finally. 80 PLN. How much is that? That's not a lot, right? That's like 12 euros? Okay, Google. How much is 80 PLNs in euro? Yeah, that's not what I'm asking. Okay, wait, let me just Google it. 80 PLN to euro. How much is that? Oh, 70 euro. That's no money at all. I mean, you gotta travel for it. Yeah, I saw that there's a finally poster. Finally! Finally! It's super cheap, yeah. I kind of want to go, but I hate that it's so quickly after ASOT. So it's gonna be, you know, seeing I already took off, you know, from work for the last trip. I'm gonna take off for ASOT, you know. Probably won't be able to make it, which I hate, because Ruben finally playing in Poland is like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna be able to go. You made my Google search for giraffes. Wait, I can do that with everyone, right? Okay, Google. Play me romantic music. Now everyone's gonna have like... Yeah, I switched mine off. I don't wanna get copyright strike. Ha! I'm on headphones. Fuck! Shit! Hope I did it with Days at least. Maybe Hout as well? Who has a Google Home? Yo, Sam? Welcome, welcome. Hang on. I'm already streaming for 2.5 hours. Did I really talk that long? Discord, let me look. I'm not gonna open Discord because it's light mode and everyone's gonna be angry with me. I'll check it after stream. Because I know it's gonna be like, my ear, my eyes. My ears too. My eyes. So no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna save everyone from light mode. Even though light mode is best mode. Let me see what else I missed in chat. Good point. There you go. Let me have a look. Poster! I don't know why it's shared in Twitch. Thank you, Aga. I'm gonna use it for Ruben's Discord in a bit. Oh, shit! But did it actually play it or just did it look it up? Baby romantic song. Okay, it understood something completely different. Nice. It looked it up. Because I know when I ask my Google to play romantic music, it's actually gonna play romantic music. So, what else is a nice one? I know there's some. Okay, Google, can you beatbox for me? I'm gonna turn it off myself. So, your Google is not romantic. Oh, boo, boo. Let me see what else I missed. Yo, Natalia going to Poznan. Yo, is it gonna be your first time seeing Ruben? No, I if I remember correctly, you've been to ASAT Krakow, right? So you've seen Ruben before. Sam, thank you for the 100 bits. No, I think you've seen it before. Really? Does that work? Hey Google, make me a sandwich. What? I never tried that. Thank you, EU. I don't know if my mind caught that. How often do you ask your Google to play romantic music? Never, Hout. I did it once, I think, for fun. Just to goof around and it did it. And I was like, oh, it does it. I was wondering that too. Ah, you were in Torun! Aha! I'll still wait for Siri to say something more. Hey Siri! Call my mom! In before everyone leaves the stream. Everyone rushing to their phone. No, no, no! Oh, I'm on headphones. Ah! Maybe for the best. What was the response to make me a sandwich? It was like, ring! Your sandwich. Yeah, it says poof! Your sandwich. Play romantic music, playing Carnival Festival. That'd be something. He might play it when alone, yeah. Romantic time with myself. Clear your notifications. No. No. Never. Never ever. All on headphones for a raw stream, big risk, yeah. Oof. When cooking stream, I should consider it. Oh, Nightbot. Yeah, you're welcome, Nightbot. Or thank you, Nightbot. Nah, I should consider it. I agree that's just exactly. And I mean, I knew about it for a couple of months already. I mean, maybe not months, like 1.5 months, I think. And it was already back then, like too soon. Which I hate, because I would have loved to go. I haven't been to a club party in Poland. I would love to experience it, but it was like When DJ Strema. I'm gonna try to organize something related with Turkey soon. So yeah, soon. Actually, we are organizing something for in a couple of weeks. I'm not gonna say anything else, but some people know. We're gonna do something special in a couple of weeks. I wonder what it is. If I was in Poland, I'd go. Yeah, same. When snip snip. I should do it soon, to be honest. But I know I'm gonna be delaying it. So, I'll try to do it before ASOT. I think I know. Maybe you know, Dace. Maybe you don't. I don't know if people already, like, spoilered it. I can cut it. Kappa. If it was a cup, I'd be like, sure. But nope, it's kappa. So nope. Nope. Magix might know or not. It looks good long. I don't know. It looks fine for now. Agatha actually mentioned it a couple of weeks ago when I was there. And she kind of summarized it good. It looks fine for now. But it can only get worse from here. And I think that's the best summary. Because yeah, if it gets longer, it starts dirty looking. So yeah. I can cut it. I don't mind. If you can actually cut it, I don't mind, Agatha. I know. I think I've been spoiled, but not very public, I think. No, it's not public. I think somebody who's involved with what's gonna happen probably shared it with you. I don't remember. Maybe good, so it's still remaining a surprise. Or it's gonna be like, it's that. Yeah, I knew about that. But we're gonna see. Some people in here know. I think most people in here know. With some exceptions. But you'll see. You'll see. It's gonna be good. Still need to do something for us. I'm not gonna talk about it. Because I know I'm gonna spoil myself. It's gonna be a secret. Haha. Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. So, speaking of ASOT. So, who in here is coming? I know Magic is coming together with his friend. Hout's of course coming. Sveta's coming. No surprise, Agata's coming. Yeah, we're working on the collab. That's a good one. Wait, Conquest, you're coming for ASOT? You're coming for ASOT? Are we gonna meet Conquest? Yo, we're gonna meet Conquest! Damn! That's gonna be cool. Again, we're gonna meet so many people that for the first time. I still have a spare weekend ticket too, Sandra. And I need to get rid of it too. Rip. Police coming? Yep. You wanna have a Conquest autograph? Ooh. Kinko is coming too, right? Because that's gonna be a first meetup too. I mean, I know Sandra already and Puli already met up with Kinko, but I think for most of it's gonna be the first time. So Conquest. Sam is coming too. Yeah, everyone's gonna be back. Gonna be nice. I'm actually kinda looking forward to see everyone again. EU, you're coming too, right? Just going through the list. Who else? Am I forgetting somebody? Oh, Greek Mango asked, so how were the trips? Well, I just talked about it for 3 hours and 45 minutes. 2 hours and 45 minutes. Straight from Barcelona! You're going to Barcelona? Barcelona! Sí, vamos! I think Mimi's coming. Going to Amsterdam tomorrow morning for the next 3 days. How late are you arriving? I'm working tomorrow. You're probably going by car, but not by plane. I am in 3 weeks. What you gonna do in Barcelona? Barcelona? Vamos a la Barcelona. Vamos a la playa. I'm so gonna be cancelled off Twitch. I should not try to do other nationalities. Convention. Damn, cool. Enjoy it. I mean, it's kind of work, I assume, but kind of cool. I've never been to Barcelona, but I heard it's nice, so can't wait to smell Drugsterdam again. SMH magic. Off my face, don't know where I am, because I got my drugs from Amsterdam. And just that sentence alone gives me a fucking copyright strike. I bet ya. Looking forward to see. Fuck my life. Back to the Amsterdam bashing. SMH. Amsterdam is nice. My favorite city after Amsterdam. Which one, Bully? Oh no, Rotterdam. Oh no. Don't do it, Magic. Don't do it. Don't do it. Barcelona! Barcelona! I really want to go to Barcelona one day. It's super cheap to go. I should go, to be honest. I've been to Ibiza. I've never been to Barcelona. I've never been to mainland Spain. How weird is that? Rotterdam has a proper ways to get rid of trash, by the way. Not true. The whole city exists, so they don't. If they would have, the whole city would be gone. And they have the train to Amsterdam. Yeah, that's the best thing. That's the best thing. Come on. Come on. Okay, I stand corrected. It's a nice city. They have trains to Amsterdam. It's a nice city. Sorry, Days! I don't know if Mata is still in chat. Sorry, Mata. Barcelona is not bad, but not my favorite. I believe it's kind of like a city you either love or you don't. I mean, I don't think anybody hates Barcelona, but I mean, I'm not one to talk. I've never been there. But I know people either love it or they're like, not my city. There's nobody who's like, Barcelona. I mean, people from Madrid, but that's the exception. Oh, the train to Amsterdam is a proper way to get. Ha 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 ha. Sorry. I think I lost all my viewers with that. I fly on rip ears. Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. If you have any medical bills for your ears, you know where to send it. Poor headphone users. Okay, I'm leaving. Yeah, you can send all the medical bills to me. So what do you guys all think of the ASOT lineup? Pie stream reported and followed. Can't blame you. You can do the feedback, right? Like you have the feedback option now on streams, right? You can be like, no, this streamer shit. Everyone's gonna leave bad feedback. But what do y'all guys think of the ASOT lineup? Because I saw some mixed responses and I'm curious what y'all think. Dupi nya uriwa. I only know 2 of those words. I don't know what the 3rd word means. Oh, thanks for the reminder. I just reacted. You're welcome. The lineup is shit. How do you ever think an ASOT lineup is good? Could be better, to be honest. Okay, be right back, Beth. Enjoy, Agatka. Enjoy. So for me, must see, aside from Ruben and Armin, must be Bengal Met Facts. Yes, I'm hyped for Matt. Matt's gonna be good. Armin, well, the 6-hour set, but don't think I'm gonna catch him on Saturday, to be honest. Very expected lineup. Only thing I'm disappointed with is recycling. Yeah. Artbed is gonna be cool. Yeah, I'm excited for that too. I've never seen Artbed live. Same with Enrico. Enrico's gonna be good too. I just don't hope that it's gonna be together with like Ruben or something. And I bet it's gonna be. I bet it's gonna be like everything you want to see is gonna be clashing with each other. I'm not thrilled with the lineup. Would love to have had rank 1 and Esteva. Well, maybe rank 1 kind of got announced when the lineup got announced in 2020. So maybe we're gonna have a surprise like that again. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I think Enrico will be awesome. Also, I can quite understand the refreshing part, but I prefer to still have that Ace of 1005. Yeah. Also, okay, I'm gonna gossip a bit, but also with the new theme, Agatha mentioned it. I don't know if Agatha's gonna hit me for saying this in public. But she was saying that she was looking at the ASAT studio with the new lights and it reminds her of the red light district. And I can't disagree. I can't disagree. It's got a very big red light district vibe right now. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of the theming as well. It's like the red light district, right? Anyway, our tickets are up for sale, and if they won't sell, we'll still go. But I think we won't miss it if the tickets will sell. Red light equals red light district. Well, not really, just these red lights. It's like, especially with from the sides, right? It's like the windows, right? Like they have the red lights alongside the window? I don't know, it's very red light district vibe. I hope they will change the color soon. I hope it's only gonna be for like the celebration. At some point they're just gonna either lower the lights, like not be them so present, or just go back to the white studio. I'm only missing the sexy ladies. What do you mean sexy ladies? You got Ruben, you got Armin? You don't want that? I don't like the red lights. I get the idea, but the white is pure and clean. I mean, I don't mind different lights, because I believe for Resonation they do the blue lights. And I think this works kind of nice, but the red lights are just too in your face. Also, maybe I'm weird, but the new font... One of my friends texted me about... he's not into ASOT, but he's still following it, you know. He was saying about the ASOT font... Like, especially with the lines, it reminds him of the ADE font, and I agree. It feels so copy-paste from the ADE, like this. I mean, they even have like the lower stripes a bit more. Let me find like a better example. They had a year where they had the lower stripes in the same font, and it feels exactly like ADE. And I was like, damn, you're right. See if I can find it. Watch me now, like, try to find it, and it's like, yeah, maybe it's not that right, but it was like, damn, it's like, he was saying it, I'm like, yeah, you're right. Let me see what chat says. Speaking of red, I have some old memes. Oh boy, old Sveta memes, Monka S. I think a light purple would look nice. The font looks like Hyundai. The logo looks like Pac-Man was in a car crash and the car drove right over Pac-Man. Brandon, there's nothing wrong with the // font, guys. Maybe better if they did red and white lights to line. Maybe. Polska! Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Agata. It's Polska. See, Polska, ASAT Polska confirmed. Oh no, it's almost like no one else uses Helvet. Okay, you're right, EU. You're right, but it's not. It's the Helvetica font and the dashes, the big dashes. Let me see if I can find lineups. Does they use the dashes a lot? I think it was 2020. And it's the exact same way. Maybe I think it was 2019 it had to be. 2030. Yeah, right, Ross. Or 2018. Let me find it. Can I find Now, this was the Pixel era? Or was it this year? I don't remember. Maybe it was this year? 2022? Yeah. So, like, here you see the dashes, but they would use it in posters and everything? Maybe I can find something. It's the Helvetica font with the dashes. It's like just the combo of it. And they would use it in a lot of posters. Too bad I can't find it. It looks like I'm talking bullshit now. But just this is the example, right? This is like legit what ASOT is right now. It's the dashes with the Helvetica font. Comic Sense MS would be better, more professional. I know, right? Maybe that would be the moment ASOT, like how it starts to love ASOT. Do any of the girls here want Swarovski crystal statement logo that you can transfer to t-shirts? I can order more. Send you in DM on Discord. Should I show it on stream or should I not? Up to you, Sveta. Up to you. Is it stream worthy? Is it safe on stream? But yeah, I don't know. It's just, especially this, like, let's get new. A State of Trance logo. It's a big penis. And I bet you I'm gonna get the old ones now, the good ones. Here, look. This, it's the same. You can't tell me it's different. It's the same. And even with the poster, they were doing the dashes. And I remember ADE were doing the dashes too. With like a lot of announcements and on their websites and this sort of stuff. It's legit the same branding. It's 18 plus. Oh boy. Oh boy. So yeah, I'm not gonna open it. I don't want a big PP on my screen. Check your Discord. This is already 1,000 times better than the actual logo right now. Thank you, my Jack. If anybody's watching from ASOT, please hire Majek as your logo designer, because he's doing already a way better job than whoever did it now. It's so... This is... I'm gonna get this tattooed. Like, I'm gonna get a tattoo on my arm. It's great. It's absolutely great. This is like... This is what it should have been. But now it's like Pac-Man got hit by a car. Maybe they have the new logo. Wait. Why is Binance? Yeah, right, because this is obviously ASOT. New logo. Here, look! Pac-Man got fucking hit by a car. Right? Like, waka waka, bam, that. That's how it looks like. At least Majex is like still ASOT. Oh god, font porn. I know. Sorry. Bluff. Oh, about the tattoo. Bluff. Yeah, of course it's bluff. I'm too pussy to do a tattoo. I'm already too pussy to cut my hair. You think I have balls enough to do a tattoo? I hope they will. I just hope that they're gonna keep it until like ASOT Utrecht, and then it's gonna be like lights off, white studio, and it's not gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna keep this the entire year because it looks like shit. I mean, it would make sense if it's like for the celebrations up until ASOT Utrecht. It's fine, but I just don't hope they're gonna keep it the entire year. They will keep it for longer, probably they do. I like the Star Wars Dark Side theme. The red lights with the dark studio. Into the dark side. It's just that, yeah. But that's what I don't like about it. It's like you're kind of like squeezing your eyes like ribbon, Armin. I do like the one thing that has to be said is what I do like is the new now playing font. Because especially now that everyone, including myself, is using the now playing ASOT logo. You know, the now playing font? That they changed it is so refreshing. This I really like. But anything else from the new logo to the font to the studio is like, I'm not a big fan of it. The one thing missing is Alex Moore of Imperial Mars, exactly. To be honest, I still need to watch ASOT, because I haven't even watched a special episode, only partially. But because I was gone, I didn't watch it yet. But I want to see everyone. I want to be able to houtfluke at everyone. Or houtfluke. And spot everyone. But I don't like the... One thing I'm super jealous about. So everyone that was at the special episode. So, for those who don't know, my favorite club in Amsterdam is Club Air. Guess where they did the special episode? Club Air. And I thought they would do it in our house, which is not Club Air, but what was the name again? A different club. So I thought, okay, they will... And I think that's where Armin did his set, if I'm correctly. Not in Club Air, but the other club. But the actual radio show was in Club Air. It's like, damn it! Damn it! That's my favorite club! Yeah, our house. But our house is a museum inside the club. So let me see if I can open Google Maps without DDoSing myself. Or doxing myself, or whatever you're gonna call it. Because I want to show the two clubs side to side. It's kind of late and I haven't taken a bath. I didn't even have dinner yet. I'm gonna stop in a bit and make dinner for myself. But I kind of want to show this. The club was Air, yeah. But this is where they did the radio show, right? Because I remember seeing the staircases going up. No. Because the staircase is going up. Looks so much like Air. Let me see. Rembrandtplein. Where is it again? That was our house. But our house is a different club. What was the club name again? Fuck my life. Armin's set was in Club Air. Okay. Because I remember... Okay, story time. And I'm gonna do this. So, for those... Since you guys have been there now, I am in a video clip that was recorded there. Let me show you. Yeah, radio show was in Club Air. Yeah, the radio show was in Club Air because I recognize the place. But... his set was in the other club. And in that club, I did a video clip. Let me show you. I'm gonna do it without music. Because I'm so gonna be, like, copyright strike for it. Let me show you. Look. Let me do it. Yeah, sounds off. Good. So, I'm in this video clip. Look. And... I just forgot what the... Abe! Club Abe! That's how the club was called. So this is... Club It was before and then Club Abe came. So this is what it used to be before it became our house. This place. So you see now, this is normally our house. This one was what it used to be. Club Abe. And I think that's where Armin did his set, right? And Club Air is where the radio show was. Because Club Air is a bit bigger. And Club Air is right next door. Tell me if I'm wrong. But I think this is how it was. So Club Abe is what our house is right now. Club Air. Let me show you. Because Club Air is my favorite club. That's... I can show you. Maybe just check the ASAT stream, I will, but they probably fucked it up then. Look! I even have videos of fucking Timmy trumpeting Club Air. Wait, let me do it without music before I get... Look. Look. There you go, Timmy Trumpet. This is Club Air! Am I gonna look back at it? I think I should. Like, show the crowd. There you go, this is Club Air with the staircases. This is where they did the radio show, right? They said the radio show was from our house and the set was from Club Air. I'll check the ASAT stream. Just what they said. I know, but that's why I'm curious what they said. Because I remember I saw the radio show. I'm like, that's Club Air. This is my favorite club. Fuck, why am I not there? You know? Why did I go to fucking Kazakhstan? Thomas Chompka. Yeah, that's Thomas Chompka. Let me see if I... Here you go. This is Club Air. So I've been here a lot. It's my favorite club. Best night ever. I can imagine. I'm jealous. I love Club Air. I love Club Air. It's... No club is better than this one. So yeah, I'm jealous on everyone who went. See, cause look. Fuck. I fucked up. Maybe I can show it here. Yeah. Air Amsterdam. Let's see what they show. Look, they have the staircases. Guess these are like VIP stands, right? But this is not Club Air. This is Ape. So they're probably confusing stuff on Google Maps as well. Here you go. Club Air. Anyway, I'm curious what they said. I need to rewatch it. But the social said it was at museum, so I guess that's why confusing. To be honest, because I believe they integrated both. Because I think our house is owned by the owner of Club Air. So it's kind of integrated, and I think that makes it very confusing too. Honestly, if you Google either, you get both results, yeah. But yeah, what matters is it's formally the IT. How it's look in the back of the group pic is the Air logo. Uh-huh. I was already listening to the set 15 times. And I just need to start on my first one. So yeah, I'm jealous of all of you who went. Cause yeah. Now you experience my favorite club. No, I wasn't there. I was seeing Days and Sandra all the time, sometimes Pilar. I think I saw some shots of Sveta as well. So, but yeah, I haven't seen it. I've only seen like Instagram videos and some clips that were shared. I need to watch it, to be honest. I need to watch it. How long are we streaming now? 3 hours, 10 minutes. So I think I'm gonna call it a day because it's almost 9:30 and I still need to get food. I'm working tomorrow, so I'm gonna be, as they say in Polish, jedupie, if I don't get food right now. So let me do a quick thank you before I go. Thank you guys so much for joining and hearing me talk, because I was like, either this is gonna be a disaster or there's only gonna be a few people joining. I wasn't expecting to have like 20 people watching me tell a story about a trip. And I bet you one thing about the trip, I probably forgot a lot of details to share. I forgot a lot to share, and sorry in advance for that. So if we ever, like, I mean, we're most of the people here are probably I'm gonna see at the end of the month. So if I remember something, I'll just share it later on. Like, hey, by the way, this happened. But really nice and professional stemma. Thank you. Yeah, I tried to put the mic a bit more, make it a bit more podcasty, right? Have the camera near my face, so it's not like this, and you can't, you're gonna hear me in the distance, but more like this, you're gonna hear me a bit better. Thank you for the great stream. By the way, who should we rate? Who's live? Who's nice to rate? Who's live? Give me some suggestions. I'll look for you in Schiphol. When are you landing? When are you arriving? Jungert. Any objections? Reading trance poems, Trima. Oh, read Asat. No. So I think we're probably going to rate Jungert. So before we do that, thank you guys so much for joining, listening to my stories. Nag about places, share my experiences, and just have a good time, I like these just chatting. I should do them more often. I don't really have reasons to do just chatting streams, but I like doing them a lot. And not gonna lie, more than DJing streams. Even though I love DJing too, I love just sitting around and just doing what I'm good at, and that's just talking about nothing. Really, I should have been an old lady in like a like a place for retirement home. I should be an old lady in a retirement home. Chess streamer or Pokemon streamer, maybe. Don't forget to shimma lol a message, by the way. Thank you, Hound. I won't forget. Conquest, thank you so much for the 100 bits. I arrive Wednesday, 9:50 a.m. before ASOT. I won't be working, because, Agatha's gonna be around. So, probably, I won't be around. Or poems. Actually, okay, before I go. So, I found this. I shared it on Magic's Discord. I found this AI generator that you can just select the voice, and you just give it a text, and it's, saying it out loud. So I joined a bunch of Helter's trance commands. So for those who didn't join Helter streams, he has like !trance, !trance 2, !trance 3, and it's all saying like, oh, trance is the essence of life. Trance is the like pure emotions. And I just let like 2-pack and stuff. Let me grab it. I'm just gonna do this before I share private information. Let me get it. Where is it? So, I did this sort of stuff. Here you go. Let me show you. This kind of stuff.
What truly defines upliftment trance is the feeling that it gives you when you're listening to it. The rush, the euphoria of the pure bliss that reaches your ears. Bring the smile to your face, it spreads warmth into your heart. It's the type of trance that can have you balling from sheer.
So yeah, I just let 2-pack rap. What truly defines uplifting trance is the feeling that it gives you when you're listening to it. The rush, the euphoria, the pure and I believe I had some other ones. Sorry for the light mode. Here's Bob Marley singing about trance. I know, this is stupid.
Trance is a very profound type of music which combines repeating melodic phases and a musical form.
It's so bad. But yeah, I was doing this afternoon and I was having way too much fun with it. So so there you go. If you ever wondered why Bob Marley never sung about trance, now here you go, he did. In fact, he did. If trance would be a woman, I would immediately career. So let me do a quick shout out to Helter. If you've never joined Helter streams, also Magic streams as well. We kind of goof around with this kind of stuff. So if you like this kind of sense of humor, definitely join their streams as well. And for good music too, of course. Anyway, I'm gonna rate John Gert because I need to grab some food. Well, I'm getting hungry, so I think I'll call it a day. And then go get some fun. Go get some fun? Go get some food. Thanks everyone for watching. See you next time. Peace, peace. And if you link your Amazon Prime, you're gonna freeze up every 30 days. Twitch.tv/ToneRoss. Am I now doing a I should be called out by Ruben now. Like, you're covering my cover. Sue. I don't know if we're rating, by the way. I did the rate command, but I can't see we're rating. Are we rating, chat? Are we rating? I don't know if we are. We are. Okay, good. Re-rating. Yay, but I can't see the rate. So I don't know when we're rating. So I'm just going to be chatting until I just see chat being empty. And then I assume that we rated. So, thank you guys so much for joining. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for all the subs. Thanks for all the bits. Ik zie ook geen reet. Good, so it's not just me. We're still here. Yay! Thanks for the stream. Sips and butts. Exactly, subs and bits. Sips and butts. And thanks for the follows too, because I think we had some new follows too. I think about 10 seconds to go. Okay, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Doei! Pa! Doei! Doei! Doei!